Hold on. We're live. We're live.
No, he isn't like that. I'm sorry.
Or what? Or what? Oh my god! I don't even know what is fucking funny right now. Let's say hello to everybody. I have zero fucking plan.
You know, it's good. You know, it's good. You know, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's fucking game. You can put cream on your own fucking vagina. I'm telling you all straight. You can put cream on your own fucking vagina. I'm telling you all straight. But I got this morning. It's how did you know that was my rule? You and I ain't gonna have a lot of fucking issues. Fuck you, fuck you. What do you want, you fucking slut? Fuck you, fuck you. What do you want, you fucking slut? Fuck you. The gun hole bitch, we're broken up. I'm telling you all straight. The gun hole bitch, we're broken up. I'm telling you all straight. Shut the fuck up on my fucking broken dick, cause my dick ain't broke. Shut the fuck up on my fucking broken dick, cause my dick ain't broke. It's
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I gotta stop this. Hello, everyone. It's just all of a sudden there was like all this noise. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. I'll play it again at the end. Hi. Can everybody hear me okay? When I did this gravy train call, 2 times today. When I did this gravy train call, I promised Shin that we would do it together, and that's what we're gonna do tonight. Hi, Shin.
Hey, can everybody hear me okay?
I can hear you. That's all that matters. Hi. Hi. Oh, I hear.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah. I hear myself coming out of the.
That was me.
Okay.
I told you I would fuck this up. I told you.
That's all right. Between the two of us, this should be a complete disaster. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Spencer. Hi, Lauren's empty beer can in private area. Gorilla Spawn. Hi, Pussy Destroyer and Poop Frog. Horstus F. Dink MD. Ahoy, hoy. Hi, BT Strong 3. Disturbing the Pieces and Red Sea Dale. Hi, Ari. I'm sorry you missed it this morning. Sad Face is here in the Cornville Nightmare and Jay's Balloon Tricks. Hi, Callie. Hi, Hardcore Poetry and my sweet Cyber Squeak. Dr. Cassandra and Tyler and Mandy S. and Honest and Honorary Bogan and Asbury Brad. That is your art up there. That damn doctor. Hi. Yeah, the picture is courtesy of Asbury Brad. So, Shin and I are trying to be extremely technical. Let's see how it goes. How are you? What happened with your game?
It rained out. I don't know. You guys, you're just below me. You're just south of me. Are you guys? Is it cold for you guys too?
Yeah, it's a little chilly, and it started raining today.
Yeah,
So.
it's been kind of a rough baseball season so far, but anyway, it's good to have a night off.
Hi, Juniper. Yeah, I promised that we'd do the gravy train call.
Yeah.
I love this call. It's Reborn was kind enough to let me premiere it, and he's very I love Reborn, but he's very humble about things, because he was like, I'm sorry, it's not a very interesting call.
I know. I hate when he does that.
And I was like, are you kidding? This call is
Yeah.
fantastic. There's so many little fun tidbits in there. Not the least of which is the colors in the food. Gravy train. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I like the mundane Lauren. I like the as much as I've said this before. As much as I love you know the hijinks, the TSA calls and
Mm-hmm.
all that other stuff, the Rota's funerals, that's cool. But I really like learning about this guy, and there's always these open questions that I have. Like one of them is in particular with this call is what goes on in his class. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he talks about his class a little bit and sticking up for Jamie and their love. And
Yeah,
I would love to
to
be
his
a fly on the
detriment,
wall.
to his doom, he does this, and not only that, but also the other like when he goes through the his daily routines. It's no secret. One of my favorite calls is Lauren speaking to himself for 3.5 hours. I love that call. Have you ever heard that? I'm
I
sure you have.
have. I've heard
Did you?
I've heard it all the way through once. I made
Okay,
it through
okay.
once.
You got to hear it all the way through.
Ugh.
It's just going through his day with him is, it's it's a form of meditation for me. I think
He's
but just learning about him.
yeah, he really is. He's the most boring, interesting man in the world.
Fascinating,
Um,
fascinating, and boring.
Fascinating. He
Yes.
really is. I will never. As much as it pisses me off when Lauren says things like, "Oh, they're obsessed with me," in a way, he's right. Like,
He's absolutely right. He absolutely is.
we are,
You know,
but not for
and
the
and
ways
his,
that he thinks.
and his character can be digestible to the larger public instead of our weird little cult. By people like Slothcat who does those cartoons. That could easily be on uh, television. And
Yeah,
a
those
series,
are great.
and
And
the
it's
amount of material he has to work with. That could be like a 20 season, 2 decade, series.
Yeah, I was showing Nick the one where he's talking to Ramona and the doctors, like, all of a sudden the doctor's there and he's rubbing her feet. And next thing you know, like, Lauren's naked on the ground screaming and his face is all red.
and,
Holy
and
shit.
the and the peach fuzz all over his body.
And he has no junk. I like that for some reason.
But he also just gets naked out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's just suddenly naked.
He'd be in his truck and he's naked, and he throws in the extra TCAP characters.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love you, man.
You're right, Enter the Codverse. That could be on Adult Swim. It's really... I only wish the whole world understood what we're doing here.
We don't, so I don't know how the world would. So, we're always questioning ourselves. We're always questioning our morality, our sanity, everything.
All
But
right, you about ready to get started? This is going to be
yeah.
so Italian. So Italian.
Oh, hold on a sec. We might have to do something here. Let's check the sound because I might have to go back to that. Let's see. No, I'm on that link you gave me, but let's
Okay.
try it.
See if you can make it go.
Okay.
He's concentrating. If you can, I'll do it.
Is he talking?
No, here, I'll
Okay.
do it.
He's in deep thought right
Here we
now.
go.
I
So,
can hear it.
you
Perfect.
can hear it?
Yes. We did it.
We
I'm just
did
so
it.
happy right
We
now.
did it,
I'm so
gang.
happy.
So, listen, if you can't figure out, I paused it. If you can't figure out how to pause it, just start talking and I'll pause it.
Oh, I have that power to pause. You don't want to give that power to me.
All right.
Don't even teach me.
If you just start talking, I'll pause. Can I get a ride home? Sure.
Good night, my love.
Hi.
Hi, honey. I've been having some weird dreams tonight. The baby's took over our bed, so I guess I'm awake for the day.
Okay.
Did I wake you with my messages, honey?
I've been awake.
Okay, how did your night go?
Fine.
I don't think Roy came home last night.
I'm trying to find a good balance between the robot and Patrick's Lauren, which is amazing. I have to mention that
Yeah.
every time. Oh,
Yeah.
Kayla, that's mean. This is my favorite episode of Boomer TV. That's mean.
You know what? Also, I love
Oh.
that Heilborn did is he put the images of who's talking when they're talking.
Yes.
I love that.
I like the robot. I'm going to buy that robot. I found it on Amazon.
You went to help last night and you must have stayed at our
Boomer
house.
TV.
If you're tired and want to go to sleep, honey, I understand. Are you tired? If you were here, we could kick the doors off the bed and I could eat my breakfast.
What? You kick the dogs off the bed. Sorry.
Kick the dogs off the bed and I can eat my breakfast. He's so gross.
Wait a minute. If you were here, he'd be able to do those two things.
Yeah, we would kick the dogs off the bed and I could eat my breakfast.
He's talking. Oh, the double entendre.
Yeah, isn't he
so
clever?
Yeah. Okay. So just throw her on a dog hair full
Yeah, on his crusty,
Coleman.
crunchy ass bed.
of sleeping bag. Yeah. Okay.
I know you meant it
We're definitely going
affectionately.
to have to have your king-size bed in our new house.
All right.
Why didn't you go to sleep, honey? I feel like I'm keeping you awake. We can have time together after you've gotten sleep. I love you, my precious angel. Yep, I'm definitely ass over tea getting in love with you, my goddess.
There's an old timey. I'm ass over tea kettle in love with you, my goddess.
Jesus Christ. Change the record.
I love his I love that he still uses the same. I mean, he's been using the same terms since Kayla. She's his goddess. She's high precious, you know.
Yeah, he doesn't have much. He hasn't changed his game very much, but those are all fillers. Anytime he's got nothing to say, he's got an empty head, so he talks about immediately. I love you. You're a princess. You're a goddess.
You're so special.
Yeah.
You're my goddess.
Class was interesting today. I'll tell you about it tonight. I'm in the shed trying to organize some of this crap.
Hello.
There you are. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Now I can hear you.
There we go.
How are you?
Sorry.
I'm surprised you called me.
Why?
Who's you? Oh, Father 707.
AM?
That's why I was surprised.
I'm assuming PM because when he was losing his shit about her talking to Rod, he said, you always call me at 7:30. So I assume he means PM. I can't imagine anybody getting up early to talk to Lauren, but who knows?
But he was talking about the night before in those text messages. So
Vegan
know.
breakfast awaits.
and a vegan breakfast and taking showers together. And all that stuff.
When we
Oh,
get to the
dear
hotel.
Lord.
I will kiss your feet. Oh my God. Hi, Garage Shrimp.
Surprised that you called me.
Real tight bro.
Is he on again today?
Is that? Did you hear that echo? No. Okay.
I don't know if it's it might be because you're watching. It's slight. I think it's because we're both watching the same thing and we're technical monsters. Like we.
Gotcha. Okay. We're
I think
boomers.
I think it's tolerable. Believe me,
Okay.
everybody will let me know if it's a problem.
Yeah.
You said it,
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to ask everybody. Is everybody got your pants off and rubbing buttholes?
no, they came out today.
What?
They just won yesterday.
What?
He didn't hear me talking about that earlier today.
Is that a Lornism? Okay. I didn't
No.
realize- okay.
We were
Okay.
talking about David K. rubbing buttholes.
Oh, I had to bow out at some point. I must have missed that. Okay.
And I said everybody had my permission in the chat to rub each other's buttholes.
Oh, dear.
They just won national.
You missed
yesterday.
a lot.
Got to catch up here, huh?
Anything more? Just say something.
I know.
Anyway, I know you want me to say roll tide. I'm
Roll
not calling
Tide.
you bro. Forget it.
Yeah, I like that Lauren jumps on a bandwagon. Like he's only interested in that because Jamie's interested in that. He doesn't give a shit about that. Wearing that.
Did he actually watch the national championship?
I have no idea. He doesn't even watch football, baseball.
That's right.
That's football, right? I don't know what I'm doing.
Hold on a second, honey.
No, I'm just saying it out of celebration. Roll Tide, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, shoot.
Lauren is so boring.
Well, he'll pick up steam.
I know.
He takes a little while to get going.
But, I mean, I got to give credit where credit is due. Can you imagine having to get through this nonsense to get the good stuff? Like, to get him wound up. And I know it's sometimes not hard to get him wound up, but you got to tolerate a whole lot of sheetrock and boot talk.
Yeah. Well, he's a time thief. That's all he cares
A
about.
time thief.
Yeah.
Everything
All right.
he says, everything he does is all related to time. Time is the most valuable commodity, and he knows that. He recognizes it.
Yeah, he measures love
He's a
by...
succubus, whatever you call it. Succubus, you know, he just takes your time from you. You know, that's all he wants. He wants... How many times does he complain about you spent time with him and
You
not time
spent
with
8
me?
hours. Yeah, I did the Lauren is jealous of Texas girl call. You know, you spent 8 hours on the phone
Yeah.
with this person in Texas, but only spent 20 minutes with me.
Yeah, no, 20 minutes with the man you love dearly.
With the man you love.
No,
The
come
man you
on.
want to marry, your soulmate.
I'm the one that's buying you a ring, Shin.
The man, no, but third persons.
The man you want to marry, an energy
The tall,
vampire.
handsome man that wants to marry you. Yes.
Ugh. I don't know. That's a whole hour-long conversation there when he says
But,
shit
you know,
like,
even the time on the phone when he's hearing you sleep or whatever.
Ugh.
He's sucking the time out of you. He's sucking your time away.
I want to be on the phone with Winnie while she's in a coma, and I'm gonna sing the national anthem to her, like with the
Yeah, exactly.
Texas
Throw
girl.
a fit when the nurse takes the phone away from an intensive care patient.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wanna be in her ear while she's in a coma. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
What have you been doing today?
Oh God. He turns it on her.
Not much.
Well, I'm eating ice cream.
Ugh.
Yum. We get to hear Lauren eat. This
Yeah,
is great.
and he'll be eating it while he's talking, which is always really attractive.
Here's the question: is he eating it out of a bowl?
I imagine him eating it right out of like the gallon, because he said it's great value, and you get like those 5-gallon tubs.
Right.
I imagine
Right.
him eating it right out of the tub
Right.
with his hands.
Fuck, I need to turn that fucking heat down. Hot in here.
Texas girl.
Damn.
So this is
80
summertime,
degrees.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must stink in there so bad.
Ugh.
Yep, I had an interesting meeting. It's hot in here. I had the heat up to 80.
Full dibber.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Why don't you turn your ceiling fan on, Lauren?
Who puts their thermostat at 80? Unless they're trying to decompose a body or something.
He's so stupid. He's so stupid. Why is it so hot in here? Oh, it's on 80. Jesus Christ. Listen.
No, I ate my dinner earlier.
Lauren the
I had-
Bachelor.
I had 2 chicken breasts
Ugh.
and some potato puffs.
Potato top. Sounds like a school lunch.
Yeah. Potato puffs and chicken breasts.
Jesus,
Lauren-
that's
Go ahead.
no. I was gonna say that's the extent of his diet. I mean, he doesn't have any vegetables, right? He doesn't eat.
It's always
unless you-
like ham cubes or chicken breast or pork chop with ketchup on it.
Right. Right.
I'm
So-
curious to see like Lauren's meals because he is a bachelor and has to make like his own meals. I know his mom sometimes makes him stuff, but I can't imagine she's over there every day making him chicken
No,
breasts
he's
and
like
potato puffs.
he's like if you told an 8-year-old you could have whatever you want for dinner. That's what he's like. Uh, Reborn said that he had a blueberry pie one night.
Ugh. Ate like
Just
a whole blueberry
a whole
pie.
blueberry pie for
So
dinner.
fucking gross. It's just gross.
I can imagine him eating it though.
What?
Nothing. I just picture him just pigging out. Oh, never mind.
just
I don't wanna
scooping
share
out
that image.
pie with his hands.
Aunt Sharon made it for him.
The dogs both had one chicken breast ground up and some gravy stuff that Mom sent over.
Gravy
You know, the
stuff.
dog food.
Gravy staff. Like, what does his mom just come over with like a bucket of gravy? Like,
How about the exciting subject matter to begin with?
oh my God. He is, you know, for somebody who's actually, in a way, sort of lived an interesting life, considering he says he's been to every state except Hawaii, he really doesn't have anything to talk about.
He's no experiences.
No,
He
nothing.
has no experiences because, I said this before too, as much as he's been to all these states and all these places, if you're not with people, you're not really experiencing anything.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're not meeting people, if you're not, seeing people from that place or whatever, he doesn't have any friends.
No, he doesn't.
and-
He really doesn't now.
Well, I used to think it's because people were repulsed by him, and that could be it. But I think it's mostly him. I think his insecurity cripples him when he's with people. Once they're beyond the 10 seconds of his jovial, first impression kind of thing, and where you have to get to this phase where you have to have a conversation with him. And this is what he talks about.
That's why,
Yeah.
I think that's why, Farmer would have to be drunk. Like,
Yeah.
learn would only be
Or-
interesting if he's drunk.
And you provide the beer too, so.
Oh, yeah, true.
But I
Oh,
don't
you're
know.
right,
He-
Witcher. He invited Betty over for a can of peas, so he did have vegetables at one point.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I had to change the dog food. So instead of eating pedigree now, because the vet told me to use the dog food with only one.
All I wanted to say was, well, Lauren has one experience, which is taking off my boots,
Get out of here.
going outside.
Thank you.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, dude.
Somebody said this, you could picture the vet actually breaking it down in child terms to Lauren what to feed his dog.
Yeah,
Don't
that
go
is
this
my
color.
theory about the colors in the dog food, and we'll get there.
That doesn't have a lot of color in it. And the pedigree has orange and green and brown because the green is shaped like it's supposed to be peas.
Like the way he says that.
Green is supposed to be peas.
Jeez.
Like, I imagine the vet has to get out like a coloring book and
Yeah.
crayons. Like,
But it says pedigree. I thought well, no, not necessarily. No, Lauren, here. No color. How about that? Just brown.
and he chooses gravy train. That's what kills me. Like,
I didn't even know that still was around.
I know. I think the only thing cheaper than that is like the Walmart brand, which I think is like Old Roy or something like that.
Walmart's got a huge selection. From what I understand, they even have a refrigerated section for fresh food.
Yeah, with like fresh dog food, and he buys fucking gravy train.
He probably, if he wouldn't buy that refrigerator, he'd probably eat it.
It probably is better than anything
It looks
he's
good.
eaten. Hi, Kelp Bill. Yeah, I think there obviously is a reason other than it's the colors that hurt his ears. It's probably someone made a comment along the lines of sometimes like the corn and things like that can lead to issues.
Sugar,
Yeah.
grain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. But let's talk about the environment these dogs are in. Does the vet want to come in and do some lab tests over there? I mean, take some
Jesus.
samples and see what kind of microbes are around there.
The dogs probably come in going,
Exactly.
because he's chain smoking around them all the
Probably
time.
have like a puff of smoke comes out of their mouth when they get on
God.
the table. So,
Yeah, Lauren looked at the dog food versus cigarette budget. Right, honest, the dogs understand the vet better.
he's just looking for the best bag to hold his empties.
Jesus, yeah, the 40-pound bag that costs like $19.
The orange is supposed to be carrots. And the brown is supposed
Carrots.
to be meat.
Brown's supposed to be meat.
Yeah, so if you get all brown, it's all meat. Duh.
Yeah, that's cheap food.
Put that with some gravy stuff.
Yeah,
got
slap
yourself
that
a
gravy
meal there.
shit on there. So gross. I wouldn't feed that to a dog.
That's what I've always fed. I've used that since I had Bud. That's all I ever fed Bud.
Why?
I mean, I don't know about dog foods. I would imagine, though,
Me
that
neither.
pedigree is better than gravy train.
I just know that Lauren makes shitty decisions.
Yeah. I mean, I feed my cats Hill's Science Diet, so I don't know. Because Theo had a urinary tract blockage, and that was very expensive. He had to get surgery because his little pee-pee was plugged up.
His pee hole.
Yeah, his pee hole.
Why? Because he seemed to like it all right.
Meat juice.
And I knew it had a good name, so. But the best
What
never
did?
argued with me.
Hi, bees knees. A pedigree,
knees.
I believe. Yeah,
What's the
gravy
good
appears
name?
like magic when you add water.
With me about it before. Now that
Because it says pedigree, that's a good name.
Yeah.
That's what.
He's heard good things about it. Oh my God. Poop Frog said, imagine them trying to pass a secret note to the vet asking for help. Call the police. Those poor dogs.
Close to starving.
no, as opposed to a food with just one color.
There we go.
Now they're telling me that, well, because I've told them before what I fed them, and they never say anything. But they said he said that he thinks that might be why what's making their ears do that. It's not ear mites.
No, of course not. Of course it's
No.
not ear mites. It's the dog
No.
food.
Yeah, just
It's not his terrible care of his dogs.
petri dish of a
Yeah, or
trailer.
that infested, like, I can just imagine how disgusting that trailer is. Not fit for animals, honestly.
He thinks it's the color in the food.
It's the color in the food.
He thinks. You would think that Lauren would ask why. Why do you think that?
Yeah. Now, Lauren is a simpleton. Kayla, Lauren is the type to beg their mom for a shitty virtual reality headset from Ocean City and then cry because it didn't look like it did on the box. I know somebody that did that, Kayla. When Kayla was 6 at the, what was it? It was like some shitty made-for-TV store.
how I feel every
as
time
as seen on TV store, and it was a virtual
course.
reality headset like 20 years ago. So stupid.
Virtually.
So I get the medication and mix it all up in it. And Sadie took forever eating up.
No wonder.
Yeah, the dog's probably trying to fucking choke it down. Yeah, well, hi. Color in the food equals ear mites. Right.
She wanted to tease Roscoe, but also she kept looking at the door to see if Roy was going to come in or not.
Wait a minute. How does he know what the fuck is going on in a dog's mind like that? And second of all, why is he making it seem like she's afraid of Roy? Roy seems to treat her so much nicer.
Lauren always seems to give the impression that Sadie is terrified of everyone except for Lauren. Like, she even has trouble going around Mom. Yeah, Roy seems like, except for maybe like when he gets drunk and tries to make some weird food. on the counter
Yeah,
or
it
feeds
would
them
be
a jar of
intentional.
mayonnaise.
You wouldn't hear him being, yelling in a hostile way or,
Yeah,
things
it's
like
not
that.
like Roy's in the trailer nude screaming at a pretend person on the phone.
No, exactly. Roy's just stupid enough to give him a ham bone and stuff. They love
Yeah.
Uncle Roy.
He gave them like a whole ham and a jar of mayonnaise. They fucking love Roy. Are you kidding?
And speaking, Sadie, in terms of not wanting to go to, especially, I think he said men once, just men.
Yeah.
What happened when Ember and Cressy went up there?
Yeah,
Didn't
the dogs seem perfectly
Went right-
comfortable.
Yeah. So Sadie, what's going on in Sadie's mind right now is, number one, she's teasing Roscoe,
Yeah.
and she's looking at the door, making sure Roy doesn't come barging in with a baseball bat. I have no idea. Okay.
Yeah, and I never noticed that. That's funny. Yeah, how the fuck does Lauren know what's going on in Sadie's mind? He probably...
He knows what the catfish think and feel, so why not? Right?
Yeah, that's true. Hi, Tickleby
Like it
Shivers.
took her forever to eat her food.
What brand of food are you using now?
Gravy train.
Ugh. Lauren should have to eat the gravy train. He should have to eat whatever food he buys for those dogs.
Yeah, but he mixed up a chicken breast and some gravy stuff, so it should be a little bit better, I guess. I don't know.
Bucket of gravy stuff.
That's the only thing they had at Walmart that was one color.
One color in Walmart of all the dog foods. There was only one with one color.
Can you see him bugging some poor fucking associate? Which one has just one color? That's
Probably
your
opening
job.
the
Come on
bag.
over here.
Getting out handfuls of it, looking.
Yeah, opening the bags. Fucking stupid. Gravy train. That was his prison nickname? Gravy train. Here's a pause in the call. It's not me. Sorry.
Of course.
See if I-
Maybe go to a pet store.
Yeah, no shit.
When I went home, I told Mom that the only thing I could find in there was gravy train. She said, well, we should have gone to Tractor Supply. And I said, oh, fuck, I didn't even think about going to Tractor Supply.
Truck supply.
So next time I'll go up to Tractor Supply and look.
That reminds me of Noah Leave at the
At the Circle K.
wherever- Circle K. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't sell them like that at the Circle K. Guess what? They do.
Yep.
They absolutely do. I have it on good authority.
Blue food. Tickle.
It all has to be one color.
Good
But,
for, good for the body.
not getting my truck inspected.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm not gonna do it.
List of suggested brands as well.
What's that, honey?
You can ask the vet for a list of suggested brands as
Now
well.
that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Gee,
good. Give him a call.
How about a little more explanation than no color food?
Only one color.
What? Color food bad.
Lauren's prison nickname was Pedigree. Jesus Christ. The Circle
yeah.
J. Hey, you guys.
Call tomorrow
One
If they have
color.
for a list there.
Oh, Lauren, you're killing
I
me.
was asking him that when I was there.
Just listen to him. This is why he didn't ask for recommendations for food.
The vet probably couldn't
It
fucking
came
wait
down
to
to I'm stupid. That's what it came down to.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm too stupid to remember. I won't be able to remember. Well, why don't you write it down? Oh, I didn't think about that.
I'm not getting my truck inspected tomorrow. They called me today, and
Why?
they called me today and they said that they had two buses in the garage and two other vehicles in two other bays, and another vehicle that they just put in the bay yesterday.
Spit
Thinking
it
that it
out.
wouldn't take them long to fix that, so that way.
Okay, I think I got it. Apparently, he's got a truck over at some repair shop, and there are 3 bays, and apparently the 3 bays are occupied. Okay,
Yeah.
just
How
story up.
fucking easy is that? To just say,
And
Well,
Yeah.
they thought they were going to have these vehicles done, but they're not, so they can't get mine in. Bam!
And one in particular, they thought they were going to get out today, and they couldn't.
Yeah.
Whatever. But the
But
bottom
instead-
line is, I think all the repair shops are on to Lauren. Anyway.
Ugh.
They don't want to get paid in tools or whatever the fuck he's going to
Or
do. Like he
mac
did
and
last time.
cheese or whatever the fuck.
Have his mother come down and threaten him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's an interesting story, isn't it?
chances are that he's got a name already, and he's not a priority in any shop. As a matter of fact, somebody can come in a half a day after he does, and they'll take care of their car for him.
They probably have his picture up in all the various shops around town. Like,
Exactly. Do not take a check from this man, or
yeah.
you know,
And it's this
or just
picture
pedophile. How about
with the
that?
mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan Jones, he never has a working car.
Get my vehicle in, my truck in tomorrow to inspect it. And when they put it in there, they realized it was going to take a lot more than what they thought it was going to take.
Oh my
fix it.
God.
So
They're talking about the other guy's vehicle. He's not even talking about his own.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was 2 buses and a truck, and the one guy brought the bus in. It was probably about 2 weeks ago, and that guy used to work down at Lacey's, but now he works. It's like, Jesus Christ, Lauren.
It doesn't end. It doesn't end.
Yeah, B&B septic.
big.
Oh well, is it all fixed?
My truck is, yeah, just about. I was going to fix it today, but
Oh,
but the rest of
God.
it today-
Lauren's going to fix it. He's going to weld, like, rocker panels on or something crazy
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. So he's carless, and everything that he's about to do is either going to keep it that way or he's going to get a car again.
It's
But,
always
yeah.
it's always some fucking plan.
today.
His poor mom. Can you imagine? Jesus Christ. She's got to drive the dogs to the vet, drive him to Walmart to get gravy train.
So then it isn't.
Jesus.
Well, no, because I got to do the rocker panel, which I was going to do today before I took over there tomorrow. But
Oh then hey, did you
No.
say it was?
huh?
So why can't he do it?
Because he's lazy as fuck. Because he doesn't want to.
Well, which I was going to do today, and something about tomorrow, and he didn't say why.
Here,
he
I'll
can't do
back
today.
up about 5 seconds.
No, I don't think it matters. I think he just doesn't finish.
Which I was going to do today before I took over there tomorrow. But
Oh then hey, did you
No.
say it was?
huh?
Oh then why did you say it was?
Because it is, except for the rocker panel. The rocker panel is the only thing I have to fix, and not going to take very long. But I was going to do that today before I took it over there tomorrow. But when they called me, I don't have to rush. So
Of course
Oh,
not.
because he doesn't have to rush. That's why. He doesn't have to rush, so why fucking get it done now when you can wait
Yeah.
3 or 4 fucking days?
Yeah, I'd rather be on the phone right now. I'd rather.
Talking to
Spend
my
8 hours.
girlfriend.
Yeah. Not there's that.
I'll wait until Friday to fix it because it's supposed to be warmer on Friday.
Oh God! Now we're getting into a weather report. This is
Yeah,
great.
I want to point something out because I didn't catch this the first time around. He said he couldn't work on it today. He's going to work on it Friday because it'll be warmer on Friday. But earlier he was eating ice cream because it was so hot. So which
because
is
it was 80 degrees in his place.
Yeah. How much
It may have
fucking
been-
warmer do you want it to be before you start welding, Lauren?
Well, no, he had the heat on for 80 degrees. It's probably cool outside, but he had it on to 80.
It's 30 degrees outside.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
It's a sultry
You keep
80
forgetting
inside
that
the
variable.
trailer.
But,
Why are you rushing?
But what is interesting is that he could be doing it right now or today. But since the garage place won't take his car right away, he doesn't have to do it right away. So there's
Yeah,
no
what's
rush.
the hurry? You can
So he won't
talk.
do it tomorrow because it's going to be too cold. So he'll do it on Friday. Boy, he really does plan out his laziness, doesn't he?
Yeah. I wonder if he had to buy a truck just like his truck and take the rocker panels off that one so he can put them
Yeah,
on.
exactly.
Stupid.
So, but I get it rescheduled for Tuesday. They rescheduled me for Tuesday to inspect it.
Okay. And now his work has to pass inspection too. Okay.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
All right.
I wonder how much extra he has to pay for that. Like, he has to take it to a friend.
Yeah.
So-
He'll eventually have to.
Which would be all right. That'll give me time to sand it too, and prime it. So I can do that Friday too.
Bah.
Okay.
Then I can put the wheel well covers back on it and
Oh my God.
Okay.
make it look halfway decent again.
That's about 4 hours worth of work between now and Friday.
I'm gonna
Okay.
get up in the morning. I'm gonna put on my underwear. I'm gonna wash my face. I might brush my teeth, even though you've never heard me do it.
Right.
Yeah, and then the lady in Madison that if she wanted me to work tomorrow, then she'd have to come pick me up.
All right. Can we pause? Can we pause?
Yeah. I just caught that.
Yeah. Okay.
If the lady wanted me to work, she'd have to come pick me up.
Okay. All right. What is the job? Does anyone know?
I think it's the job. It's either the one fixing that lady's house up or tearing
Right.
the house down. I'm not sure.
Right. I think he refers to the demolition job as the tear down
The
house.
tear
I think.
down, yeah.
And then this woman I rarely hear from. I guess I think Reborn or somebody said it the last stream. He had a job with this woman doing handyman work.
Yeah, he was supposed to be
Who
like,
the fuck would hire him for handyman work?
oh my God. Anybody who wants to lose $30,000, that's who.
Well,
Sadly.
it wouldn't even be about the money. It'd be about the work.
Uh,
You know, I just can't imagine that. But
haven't you seen that quality,
that's what
that trailer he made?
There's no way he closed that deal at his house because they look at his place and say, "No fucking way you're working on my place." You know?
It's so
There's
good.
no way.
He's a handy man.
Okay,
Carpentry.
so now he's a handyman who doesn't have a car who requires a ride from his employer, right?
Yeah. So
okay.
if she wants me to work, she better come pick me up.
As I was going to say.
Oh, incoming.
Was you?
Ah,
Okay, Lauren, as I was going to
Was
say.
you?
was you?
Answer that fucking question, Ramona.
McNuggets donated
Was
$3.
you?
The only thing keeping Lauren's buck-tooth bonanza from falling out is the build-up
Oh my
of tartar.
God. Thank you, McNuggets. Thank you.
I
Was
couldn't
you?
hear it.
Yeah, the only thing keeping Lauren's bucktooth bonanza from falling out is the buildup of tartar. Was you? He's gonna weld a door to the roof of his van.
So she just sent me a message back about an hour ago, letting me know that she's not going to be able to come pick me up. So
Oh Jesus! She must have been going, "What the fuck, dude?" You know,
She's gotta
no,
come
I'm not
pick him up.
He probably wants to get paid for the ride over too.
Yeah, I'm on the clock.
Right.
Drink Bud Light o'clock. You gotta get me here fast.
I should have the robot co-host a stream with me.
we just wait till next.
Yeah, remember he called out crying over the robot his first day of work. They broke up and he called out because he was crying.
Oh, I don't think I heard that one.
Next Wednesday, do it if I get my truck inspected.
He's the laziest man
Yeah.
alive. He's so lazy.
I'll have to work for part of the day because I got to bring doors down next Wednesday, too, from the teardown house.
Yeah, the teardown house.
Was the doors one of the prohibited items he wasn't supposed to take?
I think
I
it
know
was-
the windows and the granite countertops.
Yeah, the
he wasn't allowed
windows and the granite countertops. And I think Reborn said he sold the windows anyway.
to. Yeah, he said
I mean,
he didn't get.
this
trouble for
motherfucker,
that.
that's what pisses me off. He thinks he can just do whatever he wants to do. And a lot of the time, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets paid back in karma, living his life the way he does. But it just, it infuriates me that a lot of the time, you know, for years and years and years, he got away with all his bullshit before they finally locked him up again. It's just, it just makes me mad.
He didn't pull any permits. He didn't notify like departments like the fire department. When you do demolition like that. So what he did was he just basically signed a contract to come in and take all the valuable stuff in the house and then leave it standing and leave.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
I mean, I
essentially what
just
it is.
imagined, like when I first heard about the teardown house, I just imagined Lauren just coming in with like a sledgehammer, just smacking shit and taking what he wants out. Oh, Avon bottles.
Yeah, well, you know, there was a video of the house that he had to knock down, and there's a 2-story house too. So, you know, all he did was go in there and just be a vulture, and he signed a contract to be a vulture.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't that on Codfisher's channel?
Codfish, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
That's an interesting video. Codfisher's funny.
yeah.
So,
What kind of ice cream are you eating?
Now we're going to talk about the ice cream.
Fudge Rebel.
Ugh.
What did he say? Fudge Rebel?
I think he said Ripple.
Ripple. Oh, I'm like, what the fuck is Fudge
Yeah.
Rebel?
That's him. Okay,
Fudge Rebel.
Fudge Rebel.
we got to
Okay.
put him through a filter to, you know.
Probably
For
like
English
a
sometimes.
mouthful of ice cream.
Probably.
It's just same. Yeah, it's Fudge Rebel. It's basically a chocolate swirl. It's just another name for chocolate swirl.
Just eat all that sugar you want, Lauren.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's good for your teeth.
You
know, you can eat all the ice cream you want. This is a little known fact, seriously. You can eat all the ice cream you want as long as it's one color.
Great value.
So he's just eating the vanilla part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can buy it in the gallon for $5.
$5.
I usually put peanut butter in it,
Of course you do.
So it's not real
but I
ice
did.
cream.
Of course.
Yeah, it's real ice cream.
Bud Light sherbet.
I
Blech.
usually put peanut butter in with it and mix it all up.
Mix
I don't
it
know
all
how I
up.
feel about that.
Well, I like chocolate and peanut butter, but this guy doesn't care about calories, I guess.
I just imagined him with that 5-gallon bucket and just dumping a whole jar of peanut butter in there. That just sounds fucking gross.
But I didn't this time.
$5.
I was just hot and wanted to get something in and cool down.
It's
How about
homemade.
How about you open your windows? Jesus Christ, you need to cool down. Doesn't always have to be 80 degrees in there, bro, dude.
He's just gonna sweat and eat ice cream. It's homemade. He mixed sugar and coffee creamer and stuck it in the freezer.
Didn't Roy do that?
Lauren tried to make whipped cream. Do you remember that when Lauren tried
Oh,
to make
that's
whipped
what it
cream
was.
with coffee creamer?
Yeah, that's what it was.
He was gonna impress Jamie with his cooking.
Right.
I could get ice cream for free.
Is he scraping the bottom of the
world's greatest?
He is. He's scraping the bottom of the gravy bucket.
the gallon bucket?
Yeah. He's got to get every last little bit.
It's all
And I
over
like
his
that he's
hands,
about to brag about how he could get free ice cream. Hey, hook up with me, Jamie. All the ice cream you want.
How can you do that? Pilferage.
Tell us all about it, Lauren.
The world's #1 chocolate ice cream I could get for free.
He's connected, man.
He's got the hookup.
So Paul works at Gifford's. He gets some of his a lot of his ice cream for free because he works it. He actually makes.
I wonder if Paul, you know how when Lauren was hauling water, he like took all that water just to take it and dump it out and recycle the. You think Paul like just takes home skids and skids of ice cream just to take it?
Well, the thing about ice cream is it's pretty it'll melt. You can't take too much of it if you can't store it, right?
Just so he can get it for free and nobody else can have it. They just seem like selfish fucks.
Yeah, just perishable. Just keep it. Just put it
Paul's
near the
his
dump.
brother. Yeah, and I thought he hated Paul.
Well, here's the thing, though. He says in this little exchange here that he hasn't asked Paul for any, which means Paul has never given him any.
Yeah, he wouldn't because Paul wouldn't give him any. I'm sure he wouldn't. What's the difference?
Well, it's just if my brother, I said, hey, dude, hook me up. I would say that. I mean, if you can, and if you get free ice cream, I'll take some.
Yeah,
But
Paul wouldn't give him free ice cream though.
That's not the relationship he has with Paul. But anyway, I don't mean to give it away.
Paul's a piece of shit. Yeah, his worthless brother that helped the Betty scam, right?
Yeah, give me $10,000 worth of ice cream, Paul.
$10,000 worth of ice cream. They just
Your
drop it
share.
off at Betty's house. Poor Betty. Yeah, now you're fucking paid back.
Why would you get it for free?
Because if I asked him to, he'd give me a half gallon.
No, he wouldn't.
Well, why haven't you asked?
But I never asked him to.
Why?
Because Paul fucking hates your guts, Lauren. That's why.
Well, to stay the fuck away from my daughters.
Yeah.
He usually
Yeah,
gets.
fucking creep.
He usually brings ice cream over to birthday parties
Oh my God.
and.
But he won't let Lauren eat
Thanksgiving,
any.
he brought over-
Right. Just think, Jamie, when you're a part of this family, when you go over moms with Lauren after everyone else has left, you might get some free ice cream if
Yeah.
there's any left.
When I hear all these little mundane details about his life, it's not necessarily, it's interesting how I look at it as this is what he's offering someone like a Jamie Amy or a beautiful young girl. Like
Yeah.
this is what their life is expected to be like. And that juxtaposition, that is hilarious to me.
Yeah. He expects this beautiful, talented, smart young woman to live in this trailer that's falling down, it looks like.
But you might get free ice cream.
Yeah, but you
And
might get
have
free
these
ice cream.
conversations and have these conversations.
Yeah.
And these activities.
A real family. Yeah. I want to share my mom with you and just shit like that. Like,
You might get to take off your boots.
Nick, come on.
Honest Giffords is the ice cream company that Paul works for.
Yeah.
That
I
won't give
heard
Lauren any.
it's good. I don't know. I've never.
Yeah, I heard it
never
was
heard
good too.
We don't have it here, but bye.
brought over a half gallon of ice cream, and was a mom's birthday party. He bought over a couple of half gallons.
And Lauren can't understand. Like Jamie lives with Will, and what's MJ?
Yeah, Maggie Joe.
Maggie Joe.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they do all kinds of like fun things. They go to football games and they're always like laughing and joking around and drinking
talking about that.
moonshine.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
can't understand why Jamie isn't in a hurry to come to Maine. Like,
Just like
Dude.
Debbie, she's on the beach. She's wrestling with polar bears.
yeah,
She's, all over the place.
wrestling with bears in a bikini. And this is all he has to offer. And he thinks it's great.
Well, he not only does he think it's great, it's better than what anyone else has
Yeah.
to offer. And he'll
He's-
cut that person down, and he'll demean that person to whoever his love interest is. He'll do everything he can to sabotage them, just to settle in with my stupid, mundane, boring.
Yeah. He's going to
Filthy
give you
life.
real love. That's
Yeah.
what he has to
And
offer.
free ice cream.
And free ice cream.
And free ice cream.
Maybe.
But that's the part that about Lauren that is kind of evil. I think when he does that, he knows very very well that some person could provide a better life for this woman that he wants, but he will do everything in his power to destroy that.
Yeah. He doesn't care what's best for his girlfriend. Honestly, he really doesn't, because it really all that matters are his wants and his needs. And
Yeah, he doesn't try to lure them over with something that's better.
yeah, I often wonder if he really believes that what he has is desirable. I think he does. I think he really believes that because he believes he looks like Justin Timberlake and all this other ridiculous shit.
Wait, he's not Justin Timberlake?
And he's going to build a $6 million house for Casey and
Out of cardboard.
yeah, out of
Yeah.
shit from the dump.
Well, it's like he thinks like a 10-year-old.
Yeah. He joked about crapping in the woods like everyone craps in the woods. Yeah, he said, I'm guessing he does it so regularly that he actually carries toilet paper around with him. He said,
Giffords was rated
in his truck.
I never heard that. Okay.
chocolate ice cream in the world.
Yeah, there was a conversation about how many times he's pooped in the woods. And of course, that was with
Why?
Wayne, so.
That's so ironic for a guy who's an expert in septic systems.
Yeah. He's using leaves
Babs,
or something.
I gotta step away for 1 sec.
Okay.
I tasted
So
it.
what
And
about the class?
the class.
Well, I think everybody's taking a shit outside. I think Lauren just does it on a more regular basis than anyone else.
Jesus Christ. Fucking
Hi, Michael.
Sean. Well, when everybody took the turn talking about stuff that's going on through the week.
He's talking about his class. If nobody heard that, yeah, in the prison letters, he's bragging how everyone in the jail likes him and he's the most popular, right, Lulu Bob? He just is so fucking delusional. He thinks he's such a great guy. I mean, deep down, I think he knows. But he lies to himself.
I get to mine, and I told him stuff that was going on with me through the week, and then I mentioned you because where I hadn't told Stacy yet, but I told. So, but if I tell Sean, then Sean will tell Stacy, so I won't have to. My lawyer is probably saying something to her anyway.
So Stacy is his probation officer, right?
Yes.
And Sean is his class instructor.
That's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Too, but Sean said so. Well, I told him. I said Jamie said she'd get on video, but she doesn't feel the need to.
God, it's so, I want to scream and go, just fucking spit it out.
Holy Lord.
He says, well, Sean, he came in and Sean said, when Sean said it, he was, oh my God.
He's like Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
Well, you, see,
Shut up, Nick.
To give her information out yet.
You would need an inordinate amount of patience to have to talk to him every day.
You have to have an 8-hour conversation with him because that's how long it takes for him to fucking spit
Right.
something out.
And Sean says, he says, so she'll give you, she won't give you her information. She was acquainted with these other people that were trolling you on the internet. I said, Sean, she was acquainted with. She's no.
No, you straightened him out right there.
Yeah, I told him what's what. Yeah, Sean makes a good point, right? She was acquainted with these people who were trolling you. She won't give you her information. What does Lauren say? Sean, she was acquainted with them. She's not anymore.
she was.
Oh my God.
No longer acquainted with them. So she changed her number so that they couldn't get a hold of her. And then he just repeated himself 3 times over.
No, that's not what he said. He didn't repeat himself. He probably said, how do you know that?
Right.
How do you know that?
Because she told me.
Right, exactly. Do you not get it yet?
Yeah. She changed her number, though.
But I don't think you're getting it. You know,
No, she did change her number. I know, because I have her new number. Okay.
And he has no idea that he's dealing with such a powerful influence in his life right now. You know, to get out of this class would be such a burden for him to get rid of.
Yeah,
all he's got to do is please this guy. Instead, this happens.
I've thought about that before. What an inconvenience that must be. And I'm glad it is for him. But I'm just saying, like, because he has to drive, I believe, like over an hour every week to go to this class. You know, an hour there, an hour back. You know, he has to have enough gas to get there and back and there and back again. And then to sit in this class, and he says it's terrible having to listen to some of the things these guys talk about. But it's just a fucking joke to him. He doesn't think he belongs there. And he is not smart enough to just play along.
And the first phase in getting off supervised probation is to complete your management classes.
But he thinks, I'm going to get a lawyer and I'll get off probation. Okay.
And you've seen his answers. You've seen his responses.
Oh my God. They infuriate me.
Yeah, all he has to do with those letters is like, Lauren, you did a very bad thing. But no, he's like, oh, Lauren, I understand you were in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, Lauren imagines it's sort of like in his relationships. He just imagines eventually he's going to convince everyone else that he's right and they're wrong. And he's going to get a lawyer and get off probation. I mean, those answers infuriate me. The answers to those questions. And I don't even want to talk about the letter to him from his victim. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure how old they are, but he still maintains those answers. From what I understand, he's rewritten them in different iterations.
It's
like
the
different
same.
years.
It's the same answers from the very first year of that class. What kind of idiot fails a class and then uses the same answers they used when they failed the class the first time?
Yes, I know. Exactly.
You failed a test with this answer key. I know. I'll use this answer key again.
I was like, Sean, look, I know what you're doing, all right?
Oh, wow. He's aggressive now.
Yeah, Sean. I know what you're doing.
Oh, by the way, this is an open class, right? This is an open class with other people listening, right?
What incentive would Sean have to give Lauren bad advice?
Well, I mean,
I know. He already says it later, though.
What?
You'll hear. You'll hear.
You can stop repeating yourself like that, because I understand exactly what you're saying.
Whoa.
I said, but I trust her.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. I trust her. Why do you trust her, Lauren? What do you have? What do you have that's made? He believes in her.
I said, I believe in her and I trust her.
There you go.
And
There you go.
I really don't appreciate you trying to.
As I was going to say.
I don't appreciate.
Incoming.
Now he's offended.
Okay, Lauren, as I was going to say.
It's a fucking pressure, Ramona.
Bonjour.
Lorna Spikeshoe donated $3. Was you rubbing assholes with that damn
Oh
doctor
my
again?
God. Thank you, Lauren Pikachu. Was you rubbing assholes with that damn doctor again? Thank you, precious. Was you? Sorry about that. Here we go.
Otherwise, say anything otherwise against it. But to try to get me to not trust her.
Oh my God, Ender Springs. Is it? Ender Springs says it's actually the same entire paper. He keeps the actual paper and turns in the same crinkled sheet. Oh my God.
He says, well, it doesn't make any sense. He says, what do you say?
What'd he say?
What
every
I'm
time he
concerned
says
about
that, every time he says what'd he say, or I can't remember what he said, it's always the important shit.
I always took that as he's trying to make up something.
Or make
in the
up a new story too. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got that too. But his story wouldn't work if he had to say what the guy actually said.
Yeah, I think he likes to embellish to make himself sound like, I stuck up for you because I told him. I don't even care. I'm going to get a lawyer and get out of this class and I'm going to beat you up because I believe in Jamie.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, Dan, I bet he brings the whole class down too.
One of his lies is
Oh,
when he gets really particular with the sentences, or when he goes over dialogue with somebody. He goes, so I told him this, and they said yes, and I said yes, and they said yes back,
He's such
and I
a
said
simpleton.
and they said
It's like a kid would do, you know.
he said, I don't think you understand what my concern is. And I said, yeah, I do. I said, I understand what your concern is.
he doesn't.
Your concern
He
that
doesn't. He's so stupid.
But you really don't, Lauren.
He's arguing with him. The man with so much power over him.
And Sean just shakes his head like, you know what, man, just fucking do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want, stupid.
This is his what? 4th instructor? In all the years? I don't know. I know
It's
one,
his 3rd or
two,
4th.
at least 3rd.
And last I heard, and I don't know how current this is, but the last I heard was that he had been thrown out from the class entirely and had to find his own private provider.
That was when he got violated.
No, I heard.
Oh, recently?
I heard after that, yeah. I don't
Oh
know
my
how
gosh.
current that is now, but I heard that happened again. But that may be a story for another day.
I'm thinking what they do is, the instructors as they're leaving the system and the new ones coming in, they have to warn them about them. They
Yeah.
have to say, well, by the way, that's kind of our mascot. We can't really. If you could find a reason to pass them, then God bless you.
He's like,
but we keep him around as a cautionary tale for everyone else, and he's hilarious. Okay.
he's like Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Back to school. He's
Yeah.
like the
So he'll come up with
oldest
some
in
good
grade
stuff. When
class.
things get really slow in here, just ask him how his girlfriend is.
Yeah, just ask him about his girlfriend.
If we got to do this shit all day, we might as well have a good laugh. Come on.
Holy shit. Yeah, if the class is kind of slow, you don't have to put a movie on. Just ask Lauren about his girlfriend.
internet, and that she's going to put content on the internet about me to keep this stuff going on the internet about me.
Surprise.
And he said, yeah. I said, I'm not concerned about it. I said, she doesn't have anything to do with those people.
How do you know?
And he said
you know,
something.
Lauren?
He said something, and the something was, "How do you know?"
Because she told me. I mean, come on, Lauren. Come on. He can't be this stupid.
I said, she doesn't even go on the internet.
Yeah,
On
she
YouTube.
doesn't go on the internet.
And he was looking at the YouTube channels that were about me. He counted them. He said, right now there's 327 videos about you.
Okay, stop. Okay, can you pause for a second?
Yeah.
So this is happening in class, in open class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's got maybe a tablet or maybe his phone, and he's basically looking on YouTube and counting the amount of. He's got a number somehow, right?
I can tell you, there's more than 300 some channels. 300 and some videos just on my channel. So.
Absolutely. But who doesn't think that every guy in that class won't be going on YouTube that night?
Oh, what a what a wonderful thought.
And I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, if I heard that, I go, shit. What's his name again? I'd be on YouTube, and then I couldn't wait for the next class
Sean,
to see him again.
Sean, if you're out there, hi, buddy.
Please don't pass him, Sean.
Yeah,
we all need him.
Don't ever. He's
the world
so
needs
stupid.
him there.
He's so stupid, Sean. Please, don't ever let him pass.
I said, what do you want me to do? I said, I didn't do them. He said, no, they're all about you.
Yeah, I didn't do them. She didn't make them videos.
That's like a 10-year-old answer, right? I didn't do it.
And in a way, I think Lauren was kind of proud. Just the way he put it. All them channels that was about me. Well, first of all, Lauren, my channel isn't necessarily about you. I know he wasn't saying like Bapstby's channel, but I'm saying all these channels aren't necessarily about Lauren. It's one of the things that we talk about. But I think he kind of likes that thought that there are all these videos and channels about him.
I wish Sean would say, well, Lauren, and he turns the phone around and he's showing him this picture of his butt picture with his looking over his left shoulder. Did you do this?
Is this you?
because it's everywhere.
Is this you talking to a robot?
They've been about me for years. And not a damn thing I can do until I get a civil lawyer to get old YouTube, take it off there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
He's
Patrick.
gonna get these
Read
videos
Patrick.
taken off YouTube.
Read Patrick's comment.
Oh, let me see. Is Lauren gonna take a sex offender class picture? One of those panorama pictures.
But more my concern is that she'll use something to put on the internet to keep feeding these people content. I said, well, she's not doing that. She doesn't go on YouTube,
Yeah, of course not.
and she doesn't have anything to do with them people.
Them
Of course
people
she doesn't learn.
from the internet. I love the idea from the internet. It's like from France.
Yeah.
It's like from the phone.
Right.
You know, it's the same thing. You don't think he understands it. That's okay.
It's the same way he talks about YouTube. Like he wants to get back on the internet because he's gonna go into YouTube and get his money out, and he's gonna do
Right.
it. He's gonna do it quickly and quietly so nobody knows that he's there.
Yeah. He's gonna make sure the door doesn't squeak.
Right? He doesn't. Like we're all gonna go, oh my God, Lauren's on YouTube right
He's
now.
there. Everybody, rush him. Let's go.
He's going in there to get his money out like it's a bank.
And he said, I don't think you understand what my concern is. I said, I understand your concern.
No, you don't, Lauren.
And
You don't.
he said, so your mind is made up, and you're gonna stay right with her. I said, yeah. I said, my mind is made up. She hasn't done anything for me not to trust her.
So your mind is made up. You're gonna stay in class for another year? Yes, of course. Yeah.
So your mind is made up, and we're all listening to your conversation right now, Lauren. He's so proud of himself. I showed him, and I stood up for our love, Jamie.
He's fighting for his robot.
Yeah.
Not trust her. And he says, all right, nothing I can do then. Then he asked the class what they thought, and the class threw in their opinion. Which
Oh God, this is great.
Can you imagine?
Let's
Just
hear
the
some
whole
from
class.
some other sex offenders.
What do you other sex offenders think?
they didn't really have anything to say one way or the other.
Yeah, I'll bet.
They were speechless.
They were like,
They're like, is this motherfucker for real?
No, they really don't know much about it. But
What did they say?
yeah, exactly.
well, there was a couple that said you might want to cut your losses while you're
Yes.
while you can and before you get hurt. And
Those are the ones trying to get a good grade.
A couple other ones.
Yeah, the irony is, like, they're giving him good advice, and he probably just thinks they're all jealous of his love with this robot. Like,
I mean, again, not all sex offenders are stupid, right? I mean, some of them see this, right, in that class.
Jesus Christ. You know, Lauren, I'll say this, Lauren probably gives the other sex offenders hope. Like, at least I'm not as bad as this guy. Like,
That's exactly right.
And say, well, she might be justified in not giving her information. They said she doesn't have to give any information out right now because she's not here yet right now. And I said,
yeah, Chevy Boy Caprice, the echoing is because Shin and I are not great technologically. I'm listening to the same thing he's listening to, and I can hear what he's listening to on my speaker. And sort of the conclusion we came to is everybody can just kind of deal with it.
well, the fact of the matter is, she said she would give her
Sorry,
information
guys.
before she got up here.
Don't you worry about it, Precious. They
I
can
said,
deal
she
with
said
it.
that she would show herself on video. She's not. And I told him that. I said she's not playing with me. She's not playing the game. She's going to come up here. You guys haven't spent the time with her, so none of you know exactly what's going on.
She's gonna come up
He
here.
said this. Yeah, but what's interesting is he's now defending the fact why she won't show proof of life.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah. She's gonna give me her info. He basically just said she'll give me her information when she gets here. When she comes up here, she'll give me her last name and her birthday. Oh, incoming.
Okay, Lauren, as I was going to say.
Was you?
Answer the fucking question, Ramona.
The Robot's Oil can donated $3. Lauren, you 87. Fuck off upstairs.
Thank you, the Robot's Oil can. Lauren, you 87. Fuck off upstairs. Was you? Thank you, precious. I appreciate that. Oh, fuck off upstairs.
Yeah. And then Sean just said the same thing again. Well, you might have made it up, so
I guess we'll
Don't
see you
think
for
you
another year.
Yeah, guess we'll see you again next year. The world's
Because I
oldest,
can't get rid of you.
world's oldest freshman.
what my concern is, I said, I understand. Then we went to the next guy, and
Oh, is this where Lauren is going to be really, really proud of himself? I love this.
Yeah.
he
Yeah, this is where he's gonna everything's
Bingo!
it's gonna be justified.
Yeah,
has
it's going to show
his
show
girlfriend
us.
is living in Oklahoma right now.
No,
She was living up here in Maine with him, but she wanted to move away from the area that they were moving in, and she wanted to go down to Oklahoma, which I don't know why, because it's like a lot less in Oklahoma than there is anywhere.
What? What did he just say? What was wrong with
There's a
Oklahoma?
lot less in Oklahoma than there is. I think. Let me go back.
Left
He's
what?
like-
Snow? Did he say?
Area
He's
that they
like
were
hating
moving
on
in.
Oklahoma.
And
For
she
some
wanted to
reason.
go down to Oklahoma, which I
Right.
don't know why, because it's like a lot less in Oklahoma than there is anywhere.
A lot
Less
less in
snow.
Oklahoma than there is anywhere. Fuck
Lot
you,
less?
Lauren.
Okay. Whatever.
Been to
I mean,
Oklahoma.
I'm
There's
sure his
nothing
point
wrong
was
with
well
that.
taken. Yeah.
But
Bah.
he leased a house and she moved down there.
Oh my God!
And
Tell the guy's fucking
He's
life story.
he's getting everything prepared to move down there, and I can't remember. Oh, he was tossing it back and forth in his mind of, if something was gonna happen bad before he got a chance to move down there. And
This story isn't even close to Lauren's life. This guy's living a real life.
Yeah.
Lauren's-
Here's
and Lauren equates this to his equal.
yeah. Here's the short, understandable version of what Lauren is trying to say. This guy in my class had a girlfriend who wanted to move to Oklahoma. He's gonna move there. She rented an apartment. He's gonna move there. He's getting ready to go, but he's tossing it back and forth in his mind. Maybe something's gonna go wrong before I can get there.
Right.
That's nothing. Unless he's dating a robot, it's not even close.
he had in his head that the probation officer, that probation was going to tell him that he couldn't move down there. He said something always, when I have things going good, something always bad happens. And one of the guys said, which hit me just perfect.
Hit me just perfect.
One of the guys says, he says, you think that this thing here is going to bad happen to you, but if you don't take the chance for this thing bad, you could be losing out on the greatest thing that ever happened to you. And I said, bingo, right
Bingo. Bingo. But that guy was talking about a 9-year-old girl, I think. But
Yeah. I could be missing out on the best thing that ever happened. He's talking about taking a chance on something, number one, it's a relationship with an actual person, I'm assuming. Taking a chance, and it could turn out to be something good. Risking it all to take a chance that it might turn out to be something good. Lauren is talking about falling for something he's fallen for over and over and over again. Hoping that this time it's going to work.
they're relatively
Bingo.
the same thing.
What a fucking
They're in the
idiot.
same
I
boat.
said, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you guys. If
So
I would
there.
have let her go,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you guys. Bingo!
The guy who said it goes, "No, not you, dude. I'm
Yeah,
talking to him."
except for you, moron. Yeah, just fucking spit it out.
And then just because I think something bad might happen, then I could be losing the greatest thing that ever happened to me. I said, so that right there is my answer to all you guys of why I'm not letting you go.
So go fuck yourself.
To all you
Year
guys.
later. A year later, didn't we tell you, Lauren, that all these conversations would be online at some point?
I'm a 50-year-old registered sex offender who lives in a dumpy trailer and is unemployed, and I'm dating a 20-something porn star, and I've only seen 3 pictures of her. That sounds totally fucking legit.
And I feed my dog single colored dog food.
Gravy train.
None of them said anything.
They were speechless.
None of them.
Oh, yeah,
they all left with the tail between their legs.
Yeah.
They were shamed.
They were just
bingo. That
fucking
bingo
speechless.
killed them all.
Bingo, right there.
Yeah.
The one that said it said he said yeah, you are right. I do understand that.
No, he didn't. He wasn't even talking to you. They're talking to the Oklahoma guy.
They were probably like, is he really trying to equate that guy's situation with his?
It's like,
bingo.
It was.
It's more like they're saying, "Well, we're not talking about you anymore, dude. We're talking about him."
You know, I wonder if Lauren turns that whole like hour or however long the class is, like it just turns it into about him. He's so fucking
bingo. He does.
Let me tell you what's going on with my robot girlfriend.
He irritated me a lot because he knows that we're gonna be having a conference with my lawyer, so he wanted to get out of me what he could get out of me today.
That's the motivation you were asking about earlier.
What did he? I was coughing. I'm sorry. What did he say?
Well, the question that you asked earlier is, what would Sean's motivation be other than to help him? All right, and go ahead and play that back if you want.
All right.
He irritated me a lot because he knows that we're gonna be having a conference with my lawyer, so he wanted to get out of me what he could get out of me today.
Because they're having a conference with his lawyer.
Your life is an open book, Lauren. There's not much. We don't have to pry much out of you at all. Not many people do.
I love that Lauren is always talking about how he doesn't want information getting out, and he's always the one putting it out there.
He's amazing.
Oh, when is that?
I don't know yet. My lawyer hasn't said anything, but he was going to send Sean and Stacy an email. He already sent Stacy an email. Because he sent Stacy an email at the same time that I was on the phone with him.
Can you imagine having Lauren for a client? Ugh.
There's not enough hours in a day to get, the information you need out of them.
Those poor guys, those like public defenders, like that's just too cruel to have to deal with Lauren.
The biggest problem with clients like Lauren is that they know how to run their own defense, and they think they know as much as the lawyer. That's the biggest problem.
There's some really great, like I love Lauren's letter to his lawyer when he was having his hearing the last time he was incarcerated, and he's talking about how he's going to take this high profile and all this shit. And he doesn't.
Oh, I thought you meant his letter afterwards when he lost and he wanted his file back from his lawyer, and how he basically threatened the guy or told him he did a shitty job.
Yeah, told him he did a shitty job. I mean.
Yeah. And the lawyer wrote back, "Well, I'm sorry to hear you say that. Here's your file. Don't fucking call me again."
Just fucking ungrateful. I mean, he didn't pay for this attorney, and the attorney probably did a great job considering Lauren only got 6 months.
He went above and beyond when he made the argument to try to limit his supervised probation to 10 years from life. At that hearing, that was Lauren's
I felt
man.
So embarrassed for that.
But as a lawyer, I wouldn't have done that. I would have done that. I would have told him that's going to hurt. and number one, they're not going to give it to you, and this is not the place to bring it. So you got to prove it. You can't. You're proving otherwise in this hearing.
Yeah, I mean, to ask to have his his supervised, like his lifetime supervision lowered to 10 years, at the same time that he's trying to work out keeping him out of prison for an extended period of time.
Well,
It's
the
just
lawyers
delusional.
concerned, and my guess is he bombarded him with a whole bunch of different demands that were ridiculous, and this is the one he could try to pull out and try to do something for him, because the last thing you really want is complaints from you don't want to deal with shit like that. You don't want to, for the most part, if it's an appeal issue and it's ineffective assistance of counsel,
Yeah.
usually good lawyers will fall on the sword and say, yeah, I screwed up, just to help the guy out, because that's what you're supposed to do, to zealously represent your client even beyond your representation. So, so you try to do what you can at the time you're representing him to avoid any complaints from him, even as ridiculous as they may be. You still have to deal with that shit. So, anyway,
Poor fucking guy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could talk about. You know what? Let's keep going with the call. That's going to be another stream we can do, because I could talk about that.
I don't know if he's sent Sean an email yet or not. I'm figuring he probably sent one to him today.
I just imagine Lauren wanting to subpoena Xavier Von Erck and call Chris Hansen as a witness. Just ridiculous shit.
What's interesting is Lauren's curious why the lawyer called probation before they talked to him or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, typically you would call the client, but in this kind of case, it's not like a trial where you're getting ready for trial and you need, what the issue is going to be, what the procedure is going to be, and everything else. And you talk to your client first. But in this case, you need to figure out what's going on. Where's the revocation? What are the facts to that case? Can I have my discovery now so I can look at it before I talk to my client?
Right.
Well, my guess is they got an earful from probation too when they call them.
Oh my
so just
God.
be prepared. Just be prepared. Your client is going to be kind of obstinate and a little hard to deal with, and blah blah blah.
They probably gave him here, check out these YouTube channels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Lauren Bundy.
I must love you, Law.
Did Sean piss you off?
Why else? That's the whole reason that he pissed me off right there.
Piss me off.
Because he was trying to get me to not have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
Most people would be afraid in that situation. Most people would be like, "Oh, I don't want to get in further trouble."
Yeah.
There'd be some apprehension. I'm dealing with authority here. Some people have power over my life. Lauren, he we know that this is probably true, that he probably did react in a way that was kind of hostile and maybe aggressive toward him because of that September report when Bryce went to that home visit, September 2015, where they found the Nikki, and they said that he took on a very hostile tone. I don't know if he was drunk at that point, and he was really upset that they were getting intricately involved with his life and his relationships, and they had to explain to him that they had to calm him down and everything. So he is like this with these people. He's not full of shit, which makes it funnier that he's doing it in this class.
Yeah, I think Lauren just thinks he's entitled to all these good things, and everybody's just supposed to understand, because he didn't get his mac and cheese, and he never meant to do it, and that's just that. He doesn't. I really don't think he will ever understand why he's in the situation he's in. Everybody's just being mean to him and trying to wake him and Jamie up because they're jealous, or they don't want it to go high profile, or they're afraid of his lawyer, or some other bullshit.
Yeah.
He's just an idiot.
That royally pissed me off, and the fact that I knew that he was trying to get everything out of me that he could about you today because he knows that we're going to be having a conference with my lawyer.
Why would they be? I mean, they're not supposed to be adversaries. They're supposed to be helping Lauren. Why wouldn't he accept that they want to help him? I mean, I do realize that he's been primed to view them, by various catfish that he's been fucked with to say, the prosecutor and your lawyer used to go fishing together and shit like that. But I mean, there has to be some level that he
Well, it
knows.
was even before that. His suspicion was even before that. I mean, he didn't trust anybody. The system's corrupt. You know, even reading his prison letters, you can see that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Unless
just about money.
unless it's something that benefits him, like $20,000 worth of unemployment,
Yeah, but the problem is, I mean, you have to ask yourself, you know, they do try to help him, and there's no question about it. And more importantly, they give him the tools and they give him the answers, you know, on how he can help himself. It's up to him. You could, you know, lead a dumbass horse to water, but you can't make him drink,
Yeah.
right?
It's easier to accept the bullshit. It's easier than to face his dreary, drab, pathetic life, I think.
Can I answer a question on in the
Oh,
comments?
sure, of course.
Shuey, do you think Lauren's lawyers would have watched anything from YouTube? Speaking for myself, I definitely would have, but I think pretty much any lawyer would have. I mean, if they knew that he had a public presence, I think it's kind of incumbent upon them to learn about this guy and to know about what's going on.
What a funny thought.
Yeah, you're not going to get all your truth and your information from him. That's
Yeah.
for sure. So you have this giant collateral source here, you know, and plus, I mean, how much of a disadvantage would it be for you if you didn't know about all this stuff, and you had to go in cold without learning any of this stuff?
Well, yeah, I
And
mean,
I think you then-
particularly since probation brought up his internet presence and
Yeah, you got to check it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and things on
Um,
YouTube.
But you'd also want to check it to make sure he doesn't say anything that's contrary to what, you know, he's going to say under oath. You know, it's just like somebody who gives a press conference or talks to reporters. You don't want your client doing that because they could say something that's different than what they say on the stand.
One would never
And
lie.
you give the prosecutors ammunition for that. So, you know, yeah. I think also I would add to that probation would definitely be watching all of this stuff too. I mean, if I
love
was
that.
his probation officer, this is the best way to keep tabs on him.
I love that thought. And
Yeah.
don't you know, I would imagine like how excited they would get if they found out like Jamie's a robot to go, Lauren, look, I
As I was
told
gonna say.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, incoming.
Thank you.
Was you?
Okay, Lauren, as I was going to
Thank
say.
you. Answer the fucking question, Ramona.
Medium Syllables donated $3. How would you guys feel if a huge YouTuber like PewDiePie made a video about pornography?
I
Would
can't
the
hear any of
sudden
it.
increase
You're
in
gonna
have to repeat it.
popularity hurt or help?
Thank you, medium syllables. Was you? It says, how would you guys feel if a huge YouTuber like PewDiePie made a video about pornography? Would the sudden increase in popularity hurt or help? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. It would piss me off. I feel like Learn is ours. Like, this is our thing. Like, stay the fuck out of it. I don't want anybody,
Well,
like...
Here's the thing, though. I think the material's done, though. I think that any future, I guess, unless, from what I understand, the last catfish has left the scene, and so he's alone right now.
Yeah,
And of
that's
course, anybody
what
could
I
jump
heard.
in there, obviously. But all the material, I think it's finite right now, so I think
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of capped off. I don't think a PewDiePie can go in there and do something. Well, maybe he could. I mean, he can get girls or whatever. They could run their own little troll, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it won't be the same as this.
Yeah, there's something about pornography that doesn't make it as popular. This isn't like a whole thing I want to get into right now, but I'd be interested in exploring it later. There's something about it that makes it not as popular as like Chris Chan. There's not like a huge, I don't want to say relatability factor, but everyone knows about Chris Chan. Not everyone knows about Lauren. And Lauren, to me, is a million times funnier than Chris Chan.
I never. First of all, Chris Chan appeared to have some kind of disability to me. I guess
Yeah.
that's number one, and number two, he's not a predator, from what I understand. He didn't try to. He wasn't involved in a high-profile child sex sting. Let's put it that way. So he's just a normal guy, and again, he puts himself in the limelight. So that's
Yeah.
that's actually people. That's a way for people to, kind of justify it, I guess, just like we always try to justify pornography too.
Yeah.
But Lauren does that too. But I don't see there's any comparison at all between Lauren and Chris Chan.
No, I just need, like, as far as, like, lolcows.
Yeah.
A branch, you don't know Chris Chan. I'm saying it's a cultural awareness. You could say Chris Chan and most people know who you're speaking about, but not with Lauren. And I kind of like it that way. I like it that Lauren is our thing. I wouldn't want everybody talking about Lauren. We have our own little jokes and it's just hard to explain. I like that though. I like that he's ours. He's our.
I wouldn't mind
Lauren.
seeing it go to another medium outside of YouTube, like a documentary or a movie or
I'd love to see a
cartoon,
movie.
a cartoon or something. Wouldn't mind seeing it that way. But not what's happening here. This is kind of like I think it's also played out too.
Who, Lauren?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know what more we can, unless he goes to jail again. That'd be wonderful.
Oh, you never know. I thought it was over with Ramona. Then I thought it was over with Winnie. And now, it's over with the robot. You know what? No, it's never going to be over. Yeah, we'll talk about Chris Chan another time. I know he slept with his mom and all that stuff. We'll talk
So
about
he was
that
looking for ammunition that he could use in that conference. So he didn't think I knew what he was doing. He says he hadn't. He said he had no agenda by asking me that, by saying that.
Lauren thinks he's way more important than he really
I know.
is.
Well, he thinks he's one step ahead of him legally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a fuck about you, Lauren, except for us, and that's just because we like to laugh at you. But Sean probably really, obviously Sean was really trying to help him, not make a fool of himself.
I didn't say anything, but all I could do is this. Yeah. Right, imagine. That's all I could think.
Do you have a time frame for this conference?
I don't know. I don't know who's doing the Jamie Casey catfish, Lauren's sister's muckled leg. I'm sure. Hi, I drive chalk for cod. I'm sure that'll be explained at some point. All this will one day be explained.
I'm figuring it probably happen next week, I would think. Sometime next week, probably.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna let this play for a minute. I gotta go tuck Nicholas in. It's his bedtime, and I'll be right back.
Night, Nick.
Yeah, but he already mentioned to Stacy about me getting my computer from the probation office. So I told him about that because I don't want to buy another computer when I already have one. It's like it's still there at the probation office. He asked me how long I've been without my computer. I said 4 or 5 years, which is pretty sad. So,
putting on my boots. Oh, Lord.
It'd be a lot better when you're here. A lot easier.
How many years has he said that?
Quit my job.
A lot better when I quit my job. It'll be a lot better when you're here. How many years has he been saying that? And it never sinks in.
Easier.
He truly believes it too. He believes that the catfish will be not a savior, but it will turn things around for him. Everything will just.
It's gonna make his life complete. Life is gonna be good, and it's gonna, I imagine he looks back on his life and goes, Jesus, I'm over 50, and I have nothing. I've accomplished nothing. I don't even have a job, but I have my fiance will be coming here and will complete me.
Yeah, we'll play in the mud when she gets here.
In the piss-soaked grass.
burn garbage on the front lawn.
Won't say anything.
Watch Ray dance naked. That's
Ugh.
great.
The only thing they'll be doing is watching me to see what I say and how I'm feeling about things and making sure that I'm doing things right. Which it's a win-win for me because I talk to you constantly about.
Oh my God, Lauren, fucking spit it out. This would be a 5-minute call without all the.
Jerron kind of had a good idea with Lauren to English. I mean, he didn't execute it well at all,
No.
but
No.
what I'm thinking, you could probably condense some of these things down. This, like, whatever, this is an hour.
Yeah.
Probably
I
knock
could
this
make
down to 10 minutes.
like the 10-minute recap.
Yeah.
I told Sean I believe in you. Sean said I'm a moron. The end.
That's it.
Jesus Christ.
Anything and everything, and you give me your opinion and your
Opinion?
and you set me straight on things and
Say no thanks. That sing
I
song
know
thing.
the sing-songy.
You know what else I hate that he does? I really hate this. It's during Biscuit talk, and he's talking. He's trying to fool around with the dogs, and he does this wah 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 thing. I fucking hate that. You know what I'm talking about? Wah wah. Yeah. I even hate doing it myself. Fucking hate it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think I know.
He's like rubbing her belly at the same time. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but it's so annoying.
The whole, oh my God, it's like baby biscuit talk or something. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
so it's like it's
And
really
then,
a
then he
win-win for me
apologizes for being nice to his dogs.
Yeah.
Play with.
I'm sorry. I do think my dogs are cute.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's great. Apologize for thinking your dogs are cute, not for being an asshole.
I love when Tiffany said that.
A lot of people don't have somebody like I do to be able to talk to
Well,
about things.
You're right
And then
about
we
that,
talk-
Lauren.
Yeah. A lot of people don't have somebody like I do. Imagine if he didn't have this. How lonely he really would be. We're actually doing him a favor. One biscuit. What's biscuit?
Talk about
Wow,
our problems even all the time, even though we might get mad at each other. At least we still talk about them.
Shady.
So we communicate about them. That's a huge plus.
I love the way he's. I love the way he's really idealizing his relationship with her.
He's really selling it to her. We talk about
Yeah.
our problems and
It's a good thing. It's healthy.
good. We got a good
Good for both of
relationship.
us. Makes us both happy.
It's gonna be, yeah. We're both crying.
We're both.
We never wanted to be apart. We're both crying. We never wanted to be apart.
You better start
So
saying
basic-
yes.
You better stop saying yes pretty soon.
Basically, they all want you to stop talking to me.
They must. I'm getting all these commercials for dog food under this, so
Are you really?
yeah, I am.
Oh, on that
on the bottom.
on that link. Okay.
Yeah,
You get the gravy. Remember
Yeah.
that old gravy train commercial?
I'm getting like Purina one.
Yeah, because they don't know. They're afraid that you're feeding content to those the people on.
Fucking spit it out. You're right.
So much, you
Pat.
don't have any.
They're afraid you're feeding them. They're afraid you're feeding content.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
He actually speaks better when he's drunk and he's yelling.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Intentionally. Like
Jesus.
he did that one Ramona yelling thing that he's slurring everything. But
Every call.
you don't have anything to do with them.
Yeah, of course she doesn't.
I told them they haven't
She
seen
doesn't.
anything new on there about me, have they? I asked Stacy that the other day, and she said, "Well, just these ones that Emma has put up that were from a long time ago." I said, "Well, that should tell you right there that she doesn't have anything to do with them."
Yeah, yeah. It's just Emma from a long
Case
time
closed.
ago. Yeah. Why investigate further?
Yeah.
Didn't Winnie used to say the same thing to him, though? I'm not with Xavier because there's nothing new has been put on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess you're right.
No problem.
Just wait about 6 months.
Just stay on the phone with me for 9 hours.
Yeah.
We'll be fine.
Did Stacy ever talk to you about that phone sex one?
No.
Oh my God.
No, she was going to talk to me about something else. What, honey?
Is he? Are they just?
The pause is in the call, I guess. Reborn left the pauses in because I guess he's, or I'm sorry, Jamie has to type.
Oh, that was type. Okay, so we're waiting for her to type. Okay.
Yeah.
Him or her?
Yeah,
I don't know.
her. It's definitely not Reborn.
If they told you it's either me or you never go to class again, what would you pick?
If they told her it's either you or what?
Oh, come on. It's a simple question. Don't make it so hard.
Yeah, if they told you you could go to class or talk to me, which would you pick?
Well,
What?
he's going to sort it out right now in his brain.
Yeah, and he's still wrong.
And he's going to come out with the obvious answer.
Yeah.
The right
talk
one.
to you and go to class, which defeats the whole purpose of the fucking question. He's so stupid.
I mean, if I pick you and if I.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure I get this straight. What you're asking me. If it was.
It's painful.
If it was either I go to class. I pick you and I continue going to class, or if I don't pick you and don't go to class. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we'll take that one. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That's acceptable. Go ahead. What? Answer that.
I'm just thinking how much this echo makes it sound like today. I am the luckiest pedo in the world. Sure, Lauren. Sure,
I would pick you
whatever.
and still go to class.
Whoa! A New York minute, he answered that question.
Yeah. I'd stay with
die
you.
for her within a reasonable situation.
I would die for you within a reasonable situation.
I've said this before a lot, and it's hard for me to believe that he exists. That somebody like this is this dumb, this stupid. And I'm thinking it's an act, right? It's got to be. He's putting us all on. We're the victims of the troll. It's not the other way around. So even when I went to court, that is the main reason why I went there. I had to know that he was real. And when he gave his speech, that told me everything in the world. And the thing is, the reason why I know he's real is because he puts his own liberty on the line. He puts jail, prison on the line to hang on to this. So he's real, and it's still hard for me to believe he's real.
Yeah, and when he went to court, he had already been to prison once, so he knew what he was looking at. Like, he knew what that was, and he was fighting like for his cooking show.
Right. Right, and Wounded Warriors Project. Oh, the
Yeah,
same stuff that he put on the internet. He could have just saved the judge time and said, just look at my channel. That's
just like
pretty much what
yeah.
I have to say to you.
I help
You
my
know?
mom and my
Yeah.
aunt, and I donate water to the homeless. Like what? Come on, man. He helped
Told
Bert
my
with
mom
his
she won a
A.
contest.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Told his mom she won a contest. You better believe, even if that is true,
yeah,
that he told her immediately. You
he
didn't
had to get
really
the
win.
information to her somehow.
Yeah,
Roy, he probably used Roy.
yeah. Roy, tell us she didn't really win. I paid for it.
Yeah,
Tell her,
exactly.
bring me a bucket of gravy.
Gravy stuff.
Gravy stuff. Staff. This is.
I love you. Why would I not pick you? Just because they don't want me
Well, let's go through the reasons.
to
Yeah. Yeah. Lauren could have.
That's not a
this-
rhetorical question, Lauren.
Why wouldn't I pick you? Lauren, ever the romantic. He just believes. Well, I mean, that sums it up. He believes.
Mhm.
Whatever he's told, he believes.
And by the way, welcome any classmates of Lauren in the stream right now. You
Hi.
happen to be here.
Hi, classmates, probation
I hope you're
officers, counselors, whoever
Yeah.
you are. Welcome.
I hope your
Damn it.
Oklahoma trip went well.
Yeah. I hope that was the best thing that ever happened in your life.
anything to do with you
Yeah.
doesn't mean that's what I'm going to do. Might have to
This
be on
is very
probation, but
stressful. Everyone around you wants me gone.
well, no, everybody around me wants you here. they want me and you to be face to face.
Face to face. His jokes. I know everybody around here wants you here, and I guess that's true because it's only Lauren.
hmm
Not possible.
Because it's possible, it's just not yet. But it just can't take forever doing it too.
She gives him no hope, and he still has such great conviction.
Yeah. And I love that the robot gives him nothing. Nothing. When he says, hello, my beautiful lady. Okay.
What? I like what she says. What?
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 He's screaming. What?
That's one of the reasons I was getting upset before.
It will take
Because I
as
knew,
long as it needs.
Well, there's gonna have to come a time sometime, honey, that you can at least come up for a couple of days or something. We're
You
gonna.
have my answer.
See, I would argue this. I think that's what he wants in terms of seeing somebody face to face. I think he would love it to be a meet and greet where he can go around and show the probation officers, show the mother, show everybody, and then go. And then he'd be fine for the rest of his life with a phone relationship.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think face-to-face relationships actually terrify him.
Yeah.
I don't think he would even want a physical relationship because of his erectile dysfunction.
And
Which
not
I'm
just that,
convinced
it's just
that he
emotional
has.
issues too. He's got Madonna syndrome. He's got all kinds of weird shit going on.
I think, yeah.
Oedipus.
I think if she would just come down and show that she's real and show mom, because,
Right.
she's given him a bunch of shit and probation. And then she can just go back to MJ and Will and Jeffrey and Rod, and they can just be on the phone all the time.
And gangbang guys every night on
Yeah.
film, and it'd be fine.
Yeah.
And he'd be the cock of the walk. It really would be. He would be.
He'd be like, "Did you see my
Principal.
girlfriend?"
Yeah. See the picture of her?
Yeah, that's
That reminds me of George Costanza when he had that picture of that model. And he got into places. It ended up getting destroyed. So he took a picture out of a magazine.
Yeah.
And he showed it to the girl, and the girl said, "That's me 10 years ago."
Lauren, with his Instagram model girlfriend, like, what are you doing? What is wrong with you, Lauren?
Don't be a smartass about things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't X me and my feelings out about things.
What?
don't X me and my feelings out about things. Because she's saying
I'm frightened that I can understand him now.
yeah, it takes as long as it takes. Well, don't X me out in my feelings. I know. It's crazy.
You can take as long as it needs.
Bleeding gums
The
are
guy
insane.
telling me not to do stuff because of COVID is asking me to travel.
I already explained it to you before.
Yeah, hey boo, she should just drive to the border of Maine, a meeting place, just to see each other in person, like Molly. Yeah, not a meeting, just a meeting place.
And that's not something that we have to talk about right now. That's just something that would get us both upset, and we don't need to.
It's kind of
We need to
important,
talk about it
Lauren,
right now.
for you.
Yeah, you're the kind of the one who brought it up, Lauren.
Well, you go ahead and bury it, Lauren. That's okay.
Yeah.
Keep living your blue pill life.
I think he's terrified they're gonna have an argument. Just
Yeah.
Jamie likes to start shit. I love that.
No, he's afraid there's gonna be a conclusion. Like she's never gonna come.
Yeah, she's gonna go, you know what? You're right, Lauren. I really do want to stay here with MJ and Will and stay and fuck my friends. That's what he said to her one time.
Does
Because
he
he's so
rage in this
fucking
call?
disrespectful. You just want to stay there and fuck your friends.
Right.
Well, who
People in
wouldn't?
the chat saying he's about to be revved up. Does he rage in this call?
He doesn't rage, but
I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
do think they argue a little bit.
Right, because you said one thing but now it's something you want, so it's different.
Jamie,
Just own it.
it's not something that we need to talk about right now. Because I don't feel like getting all upset tonight.
I don't feel like getting all
I
upset.
don't feel like getting all upset tonight. Why would you feel like it?
So it is night. Okay.
So when do you start work?
I don't know yet. I talked to Ron.
Trigger
this morning. I
questions,
called him
like-
this morning.
Normal questions for normal people. Triggers for him.
Yeah. I think, and I imagine there's like a checklist. Like, let's get Lauren wound up. Here's the checklist. Ask him whether he got a job.
Mhm.
You know, bring up his past.
Absolutely.
Morning, and he said that he's waiting for for word from the person that he had to talk to.
Oh, this is
As soon as he
great.
hears back from him, then he'll call me. But I
Didn't
guess
he
they're
say he would
short-handed
call
there.
you?
Yeah, he did. But he said they're short-handed. They're short-handed right now, and he was doing six other people's jobs too.
So,
Yep. Go ahead.
They're short-handed. But he's gonna get back to Lauren whether they're gonna hire him or not.
Let's set it up even more. Lauren had a great job with R.C. Moore,
Mm-hmm.
right? He had benefits. He even had a 401k. He had health insurance. He got to call his own hours.
Mm-hmm.
He got to call in sick whenever the hell he was hungover.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fantastic job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he gets arrested, and everything goes down the drain. His job is lost and whatnot. I mean, he was starting to do really well. It's just like before when he got arrested for the
Yeah.
sting. He started doing well in the construction business. He
Yeah.
hooked up with some guy who wanted to direct hire him, and then he gets arrested the next day. Similar with R.C. Moore. Things start to go well for him. He fucks up somehow, and he goes to jail. He loses that job. Now, you got to remember, during the course of that job, he had several accidents. He had a couple accidents. He had one where he ran into a guardrail.
Mm-hmm.
He admitted he fell asleep. I don't know what he told the insurance company or what he told the company, but he was going to lie to him about it. Secondly, he screeched by a school bus
Yeah.
that was flashing lights and signs and stop. And can you imagine that fucking idiot just going by? And they got him on
They had
film.
cameras. They like made
Yeah.
him watch it or something, didn't they?
Yeah, and then I guess a couple of times he was cited for driving too fast in the yard. So, so what you got here is, and now he goes to prison for excessive alcohol use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's not a very good thing for a CDL driver, number one.
Yeah.
So now they have a good reason to get rid of him, right? And so they do, and so he loses all these benefits, everything. And what they do is they trick him into saying, well, you're going to have to resign and then reapply again. That's what they did. That's what they did. So they got him to reapply, right? But here's the thing, though. They know they're not going to hire this guy.
Right.
I mean, even if they wanted to, the insurance company probably won't let them do it. They'll probably say we're gonna hit you with this premium if you hire this guy.
Yeah.
Look at this in just a year what this guy did.
Yeah, look at this clown.
And they probably had to go through legal. They probably had to, go through all that stuff to find out whether he's worth his tax credits that they were going to get was worth the liability he was going to bring in, right? So they got him to. So then they get him to reapply, and he's calling this one guy. I can't remember his name.
Ron, I think.
Ron, right? Who's apparently a supervisor doesn't do the hiring. He's got somebody else, but he's his inside
the one
man.
He talked to on the prison call, I think, too.
Right, exactly. He wanted to know. That's all I need to know once he found out it was alcohol.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
He was asking Ron to have people write letters for him and shit. Remember?
Right.
Ron,
right.
Can you have everybody write letters to the judge or some just crazy stupid shit like that?
Ramona, that's a great question of if he resigned, how the hell did he get all that unemployment? I think there was some kind of a
COVID relief or something.
They probably wanted to keep him away, and they probably didn't contest the unemployment or something like that. I mean, he's that toxic. So, anyway, they're stretching him out, and now this is what's going on right now. He keeps calling the guy back for his job.
Ron.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to give you a background on that.
Yeah, I'm glad you did, because I always think about Ron, like poor Ron, and Lauren and his bosses, and I don't think this was the same boss, but remember, I mean, this is how he treats people. When he got fired because of the PTO switch, and he calls the guy at like 4 a.m, and he's drunk.
That was Lowell.
Oh, okay.
Remember? They have names like that up there, Lowell.
Yeah, he's like all drunk, and he's like, oh.
Yeah. Call you in the after time.
Call
or
you in the
something.
later on, or
the later time. Yeah, he makes it sound like Children of the Corn language.
In the later time.
In the
In the later time. And he's like all drunk, and he's like, Lauren, it's 4 a.m. I'm trying to sleep. Well, how do you think I feel? I can't sleep. God, can you imagine getting that fucking call?
So why do you keep calling?
To make sure that they know make sure he knows I'm waiting for him and I want the job back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna step away, but keep it going. We almost
Lauren
halfway
wants
through
his
this.
job back.
I won't call him for a few days, and I'll wait till Friday. If I haven't heard from him by Friday, then I'll call him again. Hey, Ron, what's up? Have you heard anything yet or what?
God, he's a simpleton.
So what are you going to do in the meantime?
I'm gonna try to organize shit in the shed and take care of the shit that I've got out of the shed. So put it in the dog shed, try to organize it out there.
Dog shed.
I can work on the truck. It's supposed to rain Saturday. I gotta fix part of the roof on the portable shed to make sure it doesn't leak through on rain on the wood because of a hole that the ice caused. All kinds of things around here that I gotta do.
Did he have to ask the person who took over for Alex?
I don't know.
Give the robot credit. I mean, the robot takes notes or something and keeps up.
Yeah.
So the robot's listening.
He loves to talk about all the things he needs to do around there, and a lot of it's organizing.
Sheetrock, sheetrock, sheetrock.
I'm assuming that might have something to do with it, but I don't know.
Who would he have to talk to?
I know. He seems kind of happy that Alex is gone.
Alex. Oh, that's the.
I think that.
Alex is Ron's boss, I guess.
Oh, okay. Alex is the one saying, "Don't ever hire that motherfucker again, or I'm gonna fire you."
I would think that the person that took over for Alex was the one he'd have to talk to. I would think. I don't know.
Right, otherwise he could just hire you.
Yeah, he can't hire. He's not the one that can hire me. But I would get hired back easier if Ron was the one that was talking to him.
You know, wouldn't it be funny if Ron actually could hire him back, but Ron just tells him he can't, so that he doesn't have to explain why he doesn't want him back?
I don't know why Ron is stringing him out like this.
Ron,
I don't think he, I think if he was hireable, he would have been hired right away because they needed guys.
yeah.
So
Yeah, and you're
I
right. I,
think-
didn't think about that because I imagine that companies, if they hire him, they do get some kind of like credit or
yeah,
money
yeah,
or-
and it could be that that, like I said, the underwriters and the lawyers were trying to figure out whether he was worth the risk in hiring,
just
and
all,
it took a while, and Ron needed to stall him.
yeah,
It
just
could be something like that. But
all
either
the
way, Lauren should
accidents.
march right in there, go right to the president's office and pound
So
on the
Italian.
desk and ask for his job back.
Sassy P.
About getting him back in.
So Italian.
And that's what he's doing. If I go through Ron, I'll have a better chance of getting back in.
Oh, you can't talk yourself up.
Huh?
Was Ron your boss?
Yes.
You know, brown-eyed Billy Batson, that's a good point. Probably Lauren just refuses to listen to what Ron was telling him. Ron could have probably told him, like, Lon, you're unhireable. And what Lauren heard was, I need some more time to find a way to hire you.
Yeah, or just like, I'm telling you, you should look for another job, Lauren. I don't think they're going to hire you here. I'm pretty sure, but I'm still waiting, for the final answer. And Lauren is like, so you're saying there's a chance?
So you're telling me there's a chance, yeah. Liability is fuck, Lauren.
He hangs on to the smallest chances, the
Yep.
smallest possibilities.
Yep.
Yeah, I am Italian as fuck.
Italian as fuck.
So why are you calling Ron if he doesn't hire people?
He's my boss there, but he still has to talk to a guy that is his boss to be able to hire me. To be able to hire
Got
anyone,
it.
period.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we understand how jobs work, Lauren.
That's weird. And hierarchies and
Dragon
Okay.
words. Koala doesn't really sound like an Italian last name.
it's got an A at the end of it. Come on, man.
A koala.
It's got a vowel.
Shin's a koala. Oh,
I was
shit.
on I was in a live stream for the Boston Celtics. It's a sports team here, and the person who was doing the stream, it was pretty big too. It was like running fast. It said my name and my comment. He goes, Shin's koala. What kind of name is that? I like that name. I was like, really? It's a little too much to explain, but yeah.
Yeah,
thanks.
let me explain it. You ever heard of a little show
Right.
called To Catch a Predator?
Yep.
Yep. We're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Shin.
that's
We're
why
gonna
I
do
got
this call.
that text from Brandy. It's because I'm trying to send my application in.
Frogs.
Brandy texted me. That's when I called Brandy. And then after I got done talking to Brandy, I said, well,
Frog said they changed it from Koala Getty on Ellis. I'm sorry. Did you notice Lauren recycles names? Someone in this story is named Brandy, just like one of his sexual partners was named Brandy. I'm just bringing that up.
I'll just call and talk to Ron.
Yeah, I did, Dupuy. I'm sorry about that, but there's some
So
people who
there's a
don't
chance
know
of
about
getting in if I talk to
basketball.
Ron.
Sorry.
Brandy told me to call her back Monday, but I was like, instead of doing that, I was just call Ron.
Lauren's.
Oh, what did the text say?
Just to go to the website and I had a link to the website to fill out the application again. I told Brandy, I said, you sent me a text saying.
Whoa, stop for a
says
second.
to go to the,
Brandy. Why does that name sound familiar?
Brandy is one of his supposed sexual partners, or Brandy No, or was Brandy the one he went on the
Valentine's Day,
Yeah, his
right?
last Valentine.
He came up with that name pretty quick.
Yeah, he recycles the names.
Ah.
Brandy was his
Okay.
last Valentine, and I remember that because every time I hear it, I sing that.
It's
stupid
it's
song.
kind of a unique name, you know. I don't think it's very common, kind of like Lauren, but it's, you know, yeah, he just reached for a name that was
all his
in his life
fictitious
already.
partners have names like Heidi and Brandy, of course Paula.
Right.
Go to the
What sort of
website and fill out the
Baptist is
application.
going on here?
When that's the reason that you texted me to begin with, was because I filled out the
That's right,
application
Alice.
and sent it in.
Good wife, you
She said, I know. She said, it's automatic like that.
He's what an idiot.
Automatically.
You hear this? He's getting the runaround. He's-
Lauren's so stupid. They won't see him face to face.
he's- yeah, Lauren, you got to do this again and again. We're gonna ask you to do it again tomorrow.
Oh Christ! Just call us back, Lauren.
Sends the text out. That way you call me and I get to talk to you.
What?
I said, Brandy, you know that don't make any sense, don't you? She said, well, no, it doesn't really, but that's the way they want us to do it.
Yeah, somebody agreed with Lauren's interpretation of the
Yeah.
world.
She probably was just saying whatever to get him off the fucking phone.
Exactly.
All right. So I just,
Oh my God, William Fetters, you just figured out what Shin's cawl is? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people get that late, I guess. I'm sorry. I didn't really put much thought into it, guys.
That's cute.
bypass Brandy and went right to Ron.
Brandy, you take her to the
She's a fine girl.
take her to dinner at the
Because I
bar
knew
and
I'd
then
have
go to the
a better
bar
chance of getting
afterwards.
in.
At the dining hall at the bar.
Oh, honey, let's leave this comfortable table and go sit at that bench up there.
We're going to go to the bar and have dinner at the dining hall at the bar.
Hell, let's go chug down beers. What do you say?
Before we go to
Bring
the
the
bar.
bear. Don't forget the bear.
And then we're going to go to Tony and Wendy's and hang out.
Yeah, because that's always fun. We might play scat or watch $10,000
Watch-
Pyramid
Yeah. And then we're going to have sex on my crunchy bed.
on Tony's
What's
bed.
wrong?
Yeah, I'm gonna use Tony's bed.
Helping me get in.
Yeah, why is he always having sex on Tony's bed?
Why is Tony letting him?
I have never. I was thinking about this. I was trying to remember. I've never had sex on a friend's bed, nor have I allowed a friend to have sex on my bed.
You were thinking about that, huh?
I really did. I was like trying to remember. Like, no, I don't think I ever have. I had to go through all
Oh,
my partners:
man.
Brandy, Heidi. Yeah, Lauren takes her to the American.
Okay, honey, I get a question for you.
Here we go.
I know I said I didn't want to talk about this, but I do want to know this answer to the
Okay,
answer
so
to this
go
question
ahead.
here. Why are
What's
you
up?
acting so nonchalant? Why are you acting so nonchalant about coming up here?
Well, that presumes an answer. That presumes a statement of fact that might not be true. Who says she's nonchalant? First of all, how do you
How
get a
tell?
robot? How does a robot sound nonchalant? I don't know.
That's
So-
like when she says, "I didn't call you." Oh, sorry. Yeah, you sound real sorry. How
Exactly.
do you tell?
It's like all those questions are loaded like that. Is like
Yeah, it's a loaded question. What he wants is
Yeah.
her to say, "Mon, I'm not nonchalant about it. I can't wait to come and see you and have sex."
how can you tell I'm nonchalant when I talk like
Yeah.
this?
Or he just found out what nonchalant means and he wants to impress her.
Oh, how long?
They're always loaded
It'll take.
questions with Lauren.
No, you don't want to talk about it.
Well, it'd be nice to know that answer.
Moving on.
Dude, you want that argument? Is that what you want?
Yeah, he wants the answer.
So you're trying to avoid it.
He wants the answer the way he wants the answer. Come on,
I
Lauren.
did tell them that there have been
Well,
things
I
that.
wanted to know my answer, but you didn't want to give it.
Okay, well, all right. Let's talk about it then. What was your question? What do you want to know?
Moving on.
Moving on.
All right. Well, you already know it can't take forever, so.
All the while, he's sucking time out of her.
Yeah. Yeah. He wants her to say, well, you know, can't take forever. He's going to try to start this argument because he wants her to say, all right, Lauren, I'll be down there as soon as I can get Will to drive me, because she can't drive, first of all. And he's so worried about her health that she can't make movies or go anywhere to make movies, but she's supposed to come down to Maine for a couple of days. That was the other thing.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, he
Moving
wants
on.
the robot to visit him for one day immediately.
It will take as long as it needs.
Yeah, and take as many
You know
pictures
that.
as he can. And
I know it'll take as long as it needs. But what I'm saying, it doesn't need
Then
to
shut
take
up.
forever. It doesn't
Shut
need
up.
to take forever.
Then shut up.
You know what I'm saying, Jamie.
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. You're saying it'll take as long as it needs.
Then shut up.
It doesn't
I love
cross
the
out the
robot.
fact that you're acting nonchalant about it. Like you're
You
not
can
anxious
decide
to
how long
come.
you can wait, and if you can't, you know what to do.
It's a robot. It's a fucking robot voice. Why you sound so nonchalant, robot?
yeah, I don't like your tone.
Yeah, Dan Jones, he never asks how she is doing, does he? I mean, he probably asks in that general way, like, how was your day?
Well,
like
the
when
way
she,
what he does, what'd you do today, or how was your day?
yeah, when she doesn't have Will's phone and can't answer, and they have the yes or no system, you know,
Yeah.
like one clap is yes and two is no, and he'll say, "What'd you do today?"
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's a time for a leading question. Mark.
Why are you so nonchalant?
So,
Oh, Christ.
I want to know
what'd you
why
make for
you
dinner?
act so nonchalant about it. Like you're not anxious to come up here to be with me. Like you'd rather stay down there longer.
You don't dictate how long is necessary.
That's not my question.
Oh, okay. You mean like she's having medical issues and he never asks? Yeah, I don't think he cares. He only cares as far as it relates to how long it's going to take her to get to Maine, or it matters when he doesn't want her making a porn movie with someone. So that's when it matters how she is.
which is really interesting because, you know, if he doesn't want her doing that profession, you would think he would be doing something to better himself to provide for both of them. You know?
You know, but he's always saying how money doesn't matter. She should just be a deadbeat, like he is.
Well, she doesn't want to eat blueberry pie for dinner every night.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
know-
always saying ridiculous, like, fantasy bullshit, like fairy tale nonsense, like, I can live without money. No
yeah.
one-
I mean, I wonder if the robot ever said, "Listen, if you could provide for us, I wouldn't have to do this shit. You know, I could come over there and
yeah,
and
I
live my
think
life
she's
with you."
said things like that, like, well, you know, I'm gonna make this movie, because you're not working, like.
Right. And Dan said that he did say he would work at McDonald's. That McDonald's would never
Yeah.
hire him, first of all.
Yeah, he said something like, I'd work at McDonald's if I had to support your ass.
Can you imagine
And-
him with that little hat on?
And the robot said, then why aren't you, you know, doing that now? And he gets all mad, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Why
her
do you act so
body, Lauren.
nonchalant about it?
We aren't even together right now.
Jamie, don't try to use that.
We were both crying. Is this the call?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, that's the ring call. I can't remember what it's the
Yeah.
most recent one I think he put up. I love that. I love the end of that.
I'm not in a
Oh,
rush to
crying.
get abused in person.
Jamie,
Oh,
jeez, come on.
Oh, so you have been on the phone with him.
which is interesting because if she had real sex with him, he wouldn't be nearly as upset. But the fact that he has to share phone time with the
She's
guy
on the phone.
and share dick pics, that's his
Oh.
territory. Yeah.
That's such a good call. Oh. I hate when you say
Oh,
we aren't together.
there's a ghost in here. Oh.
Yeah, he broke up with Winnie and then screamed
Jeez,
at her to come down there and
Lorne
they get
thinks
married.
you're
So.
done. Why am I mentioning them? Oh, come on.
Jamie, be serious here.
That's my name.
Be serious. Some of the ways that I've acted was a reaction to some of the things that you were doing.
Fuck you, Lorne. Fuck you. The ways that I've acted is in reaction to the things that you're doing. And he basically says in another call.
Well, he's correct. He's correct. But it doesn't mean you have to act out like that.
Yeah.
You can have those emotions, right?
You can get out of a shitty relationship if someone's doing something
Right.
that you don't like.
Right. There's no justification for the abuse. There's no question about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But it's how you handle your anger and your emotions that we're talking about here, right?
You know, if
So he's confused with that. He thinks
yeah,
that
if you're
as long as
so
you have that.
No, I mean, if you're so confused and so angry, maybe it's not a good relationship.
Well, that would be one way you handle your emotion. That would be a healthy way. You know, the way he handles it is he abuses people.
Yeah, and then blames
So
them.
you can have an underlying predicate of being hurt. I mean, come on, let's face it, the catfish hurt him all the time. They say all kinds of shit to him,
Yeah.
right? I mean, he could have the emotions, but it's how he chooses to express those emotions is where he doesn't get it's a disconnect for him.
A normal person wouldn't tolerate this shit. They just wouldn't.
Yeah. A normal person would leave, or a normal person would maybe respond not in an abusive way. How about that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
but
Drive 137 says he says stuff like, I'm the one who's gonna marry you, like he's doing her a fucking favor.
I'm the one, like I'm the only one who
Yeah,
would.
I'm the only one that would marry your ass, so I'm
That-
buying you
that's
a
like
ring,
when-
Jamie.
When he says, to Jamie Amy about the chef, are you trying to impress him? It's the stupidest thing in the world. Why would a beautiful young woman need to impress to attract another guy? That's
Yeah.
not how it works.
Yeah, exactly.
Men are the one who do the mating ritual and pressing thing, all that bullshit. You know?
Well, to be fair, he's never been on an actual date, so he doesn't know any of these things, so.
Yeah.
Trying to impress him. Yeah, a beautiful porn star. Kayla said, I had to step out. What did I miss? And WB/H said, Shin's got nude.
Yes, I did. Yes.
You don't get to justify your abuse.
Jamie, what I want to know is,
We've all been
are
rubbing
you
buttholes.
just looking at excuses to not come up?
Your reaction is on you, not me.
That's right. His reaction is on him.
Yeah, isn't it funny that Lorne was so proud of himself for sticking up for Jamie and being so certain that she wasn't playing with him and she was coming up to see him, and now he's like, wait a minute.
No, he still won't. It still won't click. It still won't. It's like, and again, his game. He's got a long game going on all the time, and it's all about again spending time spending his day, spending his time,
On
stealing
the
other people's
phone.
time. Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Yeah,
What I
he
want to
doesn't-
know is, are you just looking for excuses to not come up?
Yes.
I've given you the answer. This is fucking ridiculous.
Amen to that.
Lauren is also a last worder. I hate
Yeah.
people who always have to get the fucking last word and shit. Like, I work with somebody like that, and I'll purposely go, like, we'll have an argument about something, and I'll go, all right, now's your chance. You get the last word, go. And they hate it. They hate it when I do that.
Yeah.
I'm
I had a
fucking
dog
asshole.
like that.
Yeah, if she didn't want to go, she'd just say so. She's a fucking adult. It's drama.
You get an answer and don't accept it and continue to ask it. That's on me. Amen to that, you dick.
Don't try to find
I'm
something
working on
on
getting healthy, so I feel like a brand new me, and you're working on getting a brand new personality.
You're working on getting a brand new personality. Fucking Lauren.
How is he hanging
getting
on to
a
this
friend.
voice?
And she doesn't give him anything.
But it's a man.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, it's not a homophobic thing I'm saying. I'm just saying that that's the last thing that he wants.
Yeah. He's a homophobe. He doesn't like other homophobes around him.
brand new personality.
And he's talking romantic with a
to a
man
guy.
voice.
And they've had, like, sexy time with that voice.
No, really? I was going to
Yeah.
ask, have they had phone sex?
Yeah. They played... Reborn did a call where they played doctor, quite literally.
Was it the male voice or the female voice?
It was, I believe it was the male voice. Dr.
Okay.
Armstrong. Yeah. And he was like pretending to be a doctor, and she was going to the gynecologist. And he
Oh,
was like,
shit, I do
hello,
remember
Mrs.
that.
Jamie Amy.
I got to
She's
get
like-
in there and put my face in there or something.
She
know
said
what that-
something like she had horrible pus-filled boils on her vagina or something. And it smelled really bad. And Lauren
In
still
a
got
man's
turned on.
voice. In a man's
In a
voice.
man's- In a man's
But how did he
voice.
get through that though? In his, I mean, think about that level of delusion.
Anything.
You change that man's voice, that obvious male English British accent, into
And frankly, with everything that, if I were in Lauren's position, God forbid, and with everything that had happened to me before, I would never buy that someone is talking to me in a pretend voice with a voice changer. Yeah, his role playability was ass.
Don't know what you mean by
Mrs.
that.
Jamie Amy.
Yet one this insecure and abusive.
Jamie, I'm not insecure. Must not be too fucking insecure. I stuck up for us today. I stuck up.
no, that's stupid. There's
Yeah,
a
that's
difference.
That's just stupid. You can be insecure and still stick up for us. And again,
As a matter of fact, you were insecure doing that stupid thing too.
Yeah. And what a stupid way to put it. I stuck up for us.
Stuck up for us today to somebody that that deals with my probation.
That has power
And I
over
stuck up
my
to Stacey.
liberty.
Yeah. That could lock me up again because I'm so goddamn delusional.
For us still.
Put me in the
You asked
same
me
cell
if
block
Jen
as
Jen
Rue.
was really a chef last night.
Yeah, I was being a smartass.
Insecure.
I was being a smartass because of the conversation that we were having.
You wanted the answer.
Jamie, come on. I'm not going to tell you that it's messed up that the only ones that you have to do
A week
anything to
ago
do with
you
online
asked
are
me how
guys.
many people were in the class.
I'm not going to tell you that it's not messed up, Jamie. I'm not going to tell you that it's not messed up. That the only ones you have anything to do with online are guys.
What a ridiculous. I mean, he's so stupid. The only ones you have anything to do with online are guys. So you're obviously cheating. I mean, does Lauren
Yeah.
not realize that what he's doing right now isn't normal?
How about the idea that her actual vocation or actual job is to fuck other people?
Yeah, and
Does it-
and she does shows, like cam shows, for money. So she would have to fucking talk to guys
Right,
online.
right. That doesn't bother him, but being on the phone with somebody does.
Yeah, making sausage. Yeah, he was just teasing too. Don't forget, he was just joking. He was being a smart ass. Yeah, he always calls his abuse being a smart ass.
Yep, yep. I hate that.
You are ignoring everything I say to say that congratulations.
No, I started saying it and you interrupted me so you couldn't hear it.
I love his sad picture.
It had nothing to do with what I said.
Yeah, of course she deals with guys a lot. And I also love, I bring this up a lot, but it really makes me laugh, that he advised her to make her own website with GoDaddy.com. Like, come on. Stop it. Lauren giving Jamie Amy internet, like technical advice. It's called GoDaddy.com. I made a website.
Yeah, like he gets sometimes he acts like her business manager too.
Yeah.
Like you're not doing that fucking movie.
When he told her to buy the campground in Maine, remember that?
Yes,
Did it?
yes.
It had to do, yes, it did have to do with something that you said before. And I was responding to what you said before. Jesus. It did.
Jesus,
Here's us, Jamie.
Jesus,
Ugh,
yes.
hold on. Get that out of my chat.
I said you were insecure, you said you weren't, then said that. Explain how.
Then you brought up the thing about Chef Jeff and all this shit.
I was being a smart ass.
Jesus. Jamie, I must be pretty goddamn insecure. I'm mentioning you to, I must be pretty
You
insecure
mentioned that
because,
after I
I'm-
mentioned Chef Jeff.
Jamie, stop
You
doing
mentioned
that all the
after I
time.
mentioned Chef Jeff.
Stop doing that all the time. You do that just to irritate me.
Yes. Yes.
Do what?
Speak your mind.
Oh, was it the interrupting thing?
She's arguing with him about him. You know, I think he's saying about how, you know, he's just being a smart ass or whatever. And she's saying, no, you
I
weren't.
got irritated with Sean today.
And you don't
I
listen.
got irritated with Sean today because he was interrupting me when I was talking
The
and
interrupting.
trying to explain shit.
Oh shit!
And he,
I kicked his ass, Jamie. Can you
Oh,
imagine
shit.
Sean, like, waiting for, like, Lauren taking 20 minutes to say his one sentence, and Sean is like,
No
"But
shit.
Lauren."
Yep. I like his story because it reminds me of another story. Let's see what he says.
you know what he did? He said, "I'm sorry." He said, "I'll let you finish your thought." I said, "Thank you, Sean."
You know what that reminds me of?
Hmm.
The Rue story. When when he was terrorized by this guy, and his version, he said that he shook hands with Rue, and Rue apologized, and Lauren like said, "Well, you know, you can't do that to people because it makes them feel bad or something." And Rue's gone, "Yeah, I know."
It's a very
That's what it reminds me of.
simple. Yeah, it's like a morality tale, and Lauren
No, it's
like teaches the
and
lesson.
heroic too, and bravery and courage, and
Yeah,
you know,
Lauren is the hero of his own story.
yeah.
Yeah, that's very.
Good for
That is
him.
very similar.
He didn't continuously
He
go
told
and
me.
go.
He told me, "Yeah, Lon. You know, Lon, you're right. I shouldn't have done
You're right.
that.
I
And
shouldn't
I'm
have done. I
sorry.
feel bad. Yeah,
You're such a great guy, Lon."
yeah. And he patted me on the back, and we hugged it out. And
And go every time I started talking.
then he shivved me.
We
You
rubbed
can fuck
assholes.
off upstairs.
Oh, whatever, Jamie. Jesus Christ. You just pull out things just to try to irritate me.
We figured that part out.
which really doesn't make any sense.
Then why are you talking to her? Oh, never mind. That's
Yeah, because
open
he's
question.
lonely.
That's the thesis question. That's the
It's for my PhD in
Exactly.
pornographic studies.
Why does Lauren talk to these catfish?
That's the eternal fucking
How has your
question.
therapy been going?
You don't listen to a thing I listening. You don't listen to a thing I say. You plow over and don't answer what I say to continue with what you want to talk about instead of listening.
Jamie, I listen. And I answer your thing. I answer your questions that you have. But you don't listen
Sound
to
like
me
it's
because you just
guitar
interrupt
string.
me.
I want to hear it again. I'm sorry.
Jamie, I listen. And I answer your thing. I answer your questions that you have. But
That's
you don't
E
listen to
minor,
me
I
because
think.
you just interrupt me like that. You don't listen to me because you just interrupt me on everything that I try
How
to
does
say.
a robot? How does a speech to text or a text to speech interrupt him? He's the one who has to wait. He's the one who should cede to her or him or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the robot, again, you know, he can hear the meaning behind the robot voice. The robot is interrupting him. You know, it's funny
you don't-
how quickly this conversation has changed from that, you know, their closeness when he was sticking up for them. And
Yeah.
now, Jamie, you just irritate me.
And then any
To be
questions that I
fair,
have,
you don't know when
answer.
to interrupt him. You don't know when.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be very difficult for the robot to do, other than just type something out and push send over and over and over again, which she sometimes does.
Answer.
You just don't know when he's
Did I
done.
say?
When, Jamie, when?
Oops.
Minutes ago.
No. Pick one. You said many
You were
things.
listening.
I was listening at the time. You said many things minutes ago.
You said many things minutes ago. I was listening at the time, but don't ask me now because I couldn't hear
Ask
them
me
all.
3 years from now.
Yeah,
I'll remember. That's how my mind
remember.
works.
that's
You
how my
said you
memory
listened.
works.
Let's hear it.
Oh, Jesus. Don't try to do that, Jamie. You want to blame everything on me.
Yep.
Why? Because
And
you
it-
take
and
out
it
of
doesn't-
your ass and throw fits when you are called out.
And it doesn't matter what I do to fix them. You search for something else.
I'm not perfect, Jamie. Is this what we're gonna
Yeah.
get?
Stop trying to make me perfect. That's
Or
probably
his other one is you can't admit you're wrong.
yeah. I that's probably my new favorite is stop trying to make me perfect. Like, what does that
Yeah.
even mean? Like,
I haven't heard that one. That's good.
stop trying to make me perfect, Jamie.
Even without hearing Lauren say that, I could tell he said that.
Here's what just happened since you didn't listen.
Pay
Again.
attention.
Oh, God.
This is brain breaking.
No, God. He just mumbles to himself. I also like when he goes, Jesus Christ.
Amen to that.
Yeah. Like he's in a sitcom. And it's an aside. Oh. Stop trying to lose me. Holy shit. The pause is in the call, everybody. Yeah,
That's
stop
really in
trying
the
to turn this
call?
around on Lauren.
Lorne, you are insecure. No, I'm not. Here's an example. Lorne then proceeds to ignore what I say and ramble about something else. Then says he listens and that I don't.
Jamie, you know the shit that has happened to me on YouTube. Why do you think probation is on me like they are? Why do you think probation is on me like they are?
Sitcom.
He knows now. He's saying he knows why probation is on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he could do something. He could turn everything around.
He could say, you know what, probation, you're right. This is crazy. Jamie.
Or just acknowledge it. Just, this is what probation wants. I'll fake it. Okay, do it.
Yeah. Or say, Jamie, you know what? They're right. I've been fucked with so many times. We can't talk again until you actually come up here. Or something like that. But he'll never stick to it because what if he'd be missing out on the best thing that ever happened to him?
Bingo. There you go.
Bingo.
There it is. There it is.
What does that have to do with what I said?
Insecure, Jamie. Being insecure.
You too.
You said you were.
Yeah, I'm not insecure about us.
Us.
But I also have it in the back of that mind. I also have it in the back of my mind that, what if what they're saying is true?
That's called logic, Lauren. You found logic in your brain somewhere.
Lauren, he's so desperate. He's like, convince me otherwise. Convince me it's not true. I stuck up for us, but now convince me that what they were saying isn't true.
I have in the back of my mind.
He's so stupid.
Jamie.
I have to keep it in the back of my mind, Jamie. You know why? Because it's almost like you're doing everything that you can to not be here.
You're jealous because of what happened on YouTube.
Jamie, it's not jealous. That's an insecurity.
How many people are in the class, Jamie?
What?
He's repeating his question back.
What?
Is Chef Jeff really a chef?
Well, you never answered my question about how many people are in the class, did you?
That's just like when she was saying something to him about the Valentine thing, when he was saying, I was just being a smart ass. And she said, like quoting him, she says, oh, I guess you want someone else to be your Valentine. And he thought she was saying that to him.
Right.
You don't listen. You don't listen. It's so frustrating.
Well, he's preoccupied with his next thoughts, what he's going to say.
He really is. It must be very difficult for him because he's got to formulate his thoughts. And I really do think that's why he doesn't listen.
Right, isn't that insecurity?
It is insecurity. And you know why? 'Cause I don't want to be fucked with.
You said you weren't insecure.
Because I don't want to be fucked with,
You
Jamie.
said you weren't insecure.
Jamie, you know I've gotten some insecurities. I haven't hidden them from you. I haven't hidden them from you, Jamie. Stop trying to be a smart ass.
It's funny how these conversations are so meaningless.
Yeah. It just kind of goes in a circle.
Well, they can't grow or do anything. They can't get off. They can't even take one step forward.
They never, and I mean, because it is such just a shallow relationship. It's.
Well, they talk about like the process in them talking and everything surrounding them talking right now and what they're doing as they're talking, and they're not talking about things. Yeah, they're not talking about real things.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? Just the whole situation. The fact that we're sitting here talking about it. It's so silly. Lauren, I don't want to be fucked with.
Then why did you say you weren't?
Insecurities.
Why don't you ever tell me why you only talk to guys online?
Not an answer.
Well,
He wants that answer.
You never give me an answer to that anyway. So why should I answer the one that you have?
But why is he concerned about talking about guys online when she's having gangbangs every night?
You're really? I mean, an
Isn't
adult
that what's really bothering him? I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
entertainer, and he's worried about her seeing some guy on webcam, Jamie.
And you saw his dogs? Oh, I'll
How
slap
much of
him in
him
the
did
face.
you see? Oh, he's not little, huh?
He's not- Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh. I might have to listen to that later. Oh. That's
Right,
Lauren.
mister, you answer everything and don't go around stuff.
I don't know why you think this is Jamie does whatever she wants. I don't know why you think this is Jamie does whatever she wants relationship,
Because I can.
and Lauren has to
Because
answer,
I
and
can.
Lauren has to answer every question that Jamie has. No, Jamie, that's not the kind of relationship that it is.
What is it, though? What kind of
would be-
relationship is it?
Yeah, Lauren believes in just speaking it into existence. You know, when he says, we never wanted to be apart, we're both crying, this isn't the kind of relationship that it is, you're not fucking with me, you're not putting stuff on
Jamie
YouTube.
just thinking about Jamie.
But that's even a weird thing to say, even if they were both crying.
Yeah,
You
we're
know?
both crying. We're his
Yeah?
dogs.
Captain Obvious? Okay.
We're his dogs curved or straight. TJ Payne. You silly. The robot is special.
I truly believe that there's a big correlation between him being catfished and not being able to graduate sex offender class,
Oh, no doubt. He
which
will
is
never,
a huge thing.
he'll never grow.
Hmm.
Because Lauren wants what he wants when he wants it, and this is the easiest way. And I don't think he can relate to people in his actual life.
No, no, I don't think so either.
I don't think he
Other
can
than
make,
people who know how twisted he is already.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be very difficult for him to make any actual connections. Because let's say he did, you know, some woman actually is gawking at him at the yard sale. If he asked her out, at some point he would have to explain that he's a registered sex offender. And when do you do that? Do you do that before the first date? Or
You
do
have
you
to,
wait?
yeah. They have rules for that.
Yeah, I
when
mean,
they
I would
get into a
imagine you have to
relationship.
tell them right away. And I don't know how many
Well,
women...
before you have sex.
Yeah, I mean,
believe that.
wouldn't a woman, if you went on a date with a guy, ladies out there, if you went out on like 3 dates with a guy and on the 4th date you were going to have sex and he says, I have to tell you something, I'm a registered sex offender.
Well,
I would-
there's a difference. There's a difference. I mean, registered sex offenders who aren't on supervised probation or probation at all, that's different. They could run the show the way they want. But if they're on probation, probation requires them to let whoever their person they're interested in, whatever, know that. So there's a difference. If it's just a sex offender who's not on probation, they just have to somehow skirt around that. They eventually have to tell them, I think. At some
Yeah,
point.
I mean, I would feel, let's say the situation is you go out on a few dates and then they tell you, I would feel betrayed. Like, dude.
I know somebody who that happened to, actually.
Really?
Yeah, she actually married the guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was protected. He was pretty popular in the community and everything else. So there was no indication of it, you know.
Wow.
Family, everyone kept it from her.
Oh my God. That's crazy. I'm going to be thinking about that.
It's just.
I
just
am.
go-
I'm going to be sitting thinking about that. Like, what would I do? I'm a
I think
sex
Lauren should be more
offender.
concerned with Google than the RSO.
Say again?
I think Lauren should be more concerned with Google than the RSO.
Yeah. He'd tell them his name and they'd know all this.
When was the last time you saw your
This
therapist?
clearly isn't the relationship for you. Even the people around you are saying it. I think this is over. Take a few days and let me know.
Ooh. Oh, he didn't. Well, that's his
Seriously?
reaction. He laughed.
Yeah. He laughed at her. And you know what? I love this about the robot. I use this in my actual life because I think about it so much. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Yeah.
I love the robot.
That is fucked up. What really irritates the hell out of me is pulling this shit when it's getting close to the time that I would be able to see you on video.
Yeah. Yeah, she's acting like that because it's getting close to the time when I'm going to see you on video. Here we go.
Can you imagine? That's your dream.
To see someone on video.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. And let me say this, Patrick, mwah, more Lauren than
Like
Lauren.
you don't want me to see you.
You don't even know if you are getting your computer back yet. Spare me.
Yes, I do know that I am.
Brown-Eyed Billy Batson has a question, Shin. How bad was the crime he committed?
Oh, I don't really know much about it, other than getting the phone call afterwards and talking to her. I mean, she had left him at that point.
Oh, okay. So the phone call was like this. Oh my God, you're not gonna believe this. My husband's a sex offender.
It was like, well, it's funny. I kind of happen to know things about this.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, he was wealthy. He was, he could easily hide it.
Yeah.
You have been saying that since June.
At least if that ever happens to me, I'll know who to call. You'll be the first one I call, Shin, because you'll know what to
All
say.
right.
Why aren't you answering my call? And in June, I didn't have a lawyer. You're acting strange, Jamie. Is there something that you're not telling me that I need to know? You never acted this way before, so something's going on that you don't want to tell me because this is fucked up.
You are now using class and probation to push me into things you want, and I'm not just going to do it or deal with it. You keep saying you trust me 1 minute, then take it all away the next minute when you ask me these same questions over and over. Just tonight you said you keep it in the back of your head. We'll go ahead and keep it in the back of your head, but I am done hearing it.
His name's Jeff Sokol.
And now I am hiding things.
I'm not using my class to push you into shit. I told you exactly what happened, and I'm not the only one that should want us to be together. You should too, if you want to be with me like you say you do. It is your choice to be down there where I'm not. You don't want to leave your friends. You don't want to send me pics in the moment. You say we'll get on the video, but now that I have a lawyer involved and it's getting my computer back for me, you act like this? Are you telling me that you're not hiding anything? Because for almost a year, I've taken you at your word with the pics that you sent me.
It must be exhausting to live
Hiding anything. My God, she's having sex on film and it's on the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else is she hiding?
What could she possibly... Jesus Christ. And Lauren's so stupid. Like, he could easily... Listen, if I were dating a porn star, if I didn't have internet access, you better believe I'd be having someone look them up. Right?
I want to trust you completely. Now, if any questions, but for no obvious reason to me, you keep doing things that present questions. Dream about being together is one thing. To actually be together is a much better life. The longer you continue being scared,
better life,
staying down the air with your friends.
Yeah, so she can have a better life with Lauren.
Better life.
Yeah. Yeah, being with Lauren is a better life. He's always presenting himself that way. Like with Casey, he was going to give her a better life, and he's going to give her his mom and a real family. I mean, what is wrong with this guy?
It's hell. They would share they'd have their own spoon for the gallon.
Yeah,
they'd
share an ashtray.
Yeah, exactly. She'd be smoking. She'd have to
chair.
drink at some point.
One swivel chair at the table.
It's an excuses. The less time we have real life to spend with each other, and the longer it takes for you to know that you will be safe here with me. And you have no reason to hide things if you're serious about me. Good night. You being here is better than you being there. Oh crap. Is that piece of shit fucking virgin in town for you to fulfill your contract? Is that why you asked me what I was doing for the next few days and to take the next few days to think about us? Not gonna answer me, huh? Something's going on for you to act this fucked up to me. I could have sworn you told me that you don't play games.
You know what? With the virgin thing, I wish, that, obviously everybody's Captain Hindsight. But back then, if I was part of that troll, I would say, look, Jamie wants to cater to the virgin market. and try to draw him out,
Yeah.
because I would imagine that's why they brought that up.
Yeah. Jamie's sexual fantasy is to have a virgin. And
Yeah.
I guess the thought was maybe Lauren will admit, well, I have to tell you something. I'm actually a virgin.
Not admit, but actually be eager to tell her so that she
Yeah.
would want him, right? But she would
Lauren's-
say, I would only cater to my client, my audience, and that would drive him crazy, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if he is a virgin.
Well, we made it, Precious. We made
We
it
did.
through. So,
We did.
Oh my God, I'd like to do this
Is it
again.
playing right now?
Say again?
Is it playing right now? It's playing
No,
somewhere.
it's over. And I'm turning my music on.
There we go. It was playing on my end. Cool. We did it, and I thank you for saving this morning.
Yeah. I'm gonna play us out, but I just want to tell everybody thank you so much.
fucking funny right now.
I had a really good time. I'm gonna try listening again
to everybody.
tomorrow because I have some thoughts about some things I want to do.
I have
And
zero fucking
Shin,
plans.
anytime you want to do a stream, you can.
Thank you. You're so welcome.
Bye, sweethearts.
It's good. It's good.
And
It's good.
I moved my cereal boxes so Shin could hear the song.
It's good. That's fucking
So enjoy
great.
the echo,
You can
guys.
put cream on your own fucking vagina. I'm telling you all straight. You can put cream on your own fucking vagina. I'm telling you all straight.
But I got up this morning and it's good.
How did you know that was my rule? You and I ain't gonna have a lot of fucking issues. Fuck you, fuck you. What do you want, you fucking slut? Fuck you, fuck you. What do you want, you fucking slut? Fuck you.
The gun hole bitch, we're broken up.
I'm telling you all straight.
The gun hole bitch, we're broken up.
I'm telling you all straight. Shut the fuck up on my fucking broken dick, 'cause my dick ain't broke. Shut the fuck up on my fucking broken dick, 'cause my dick ain't broke.
It's good.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Sticky goddamn fucking pills. You don't fucking love me. You don't fucking love me. You don't fucking love me. I never wanted to be a felon. I don't want to make you sad. I don't want to make you happy. I'm trying to learn this shit too,